Welcome in, everybody. We are the Bums of... No, we are the NAT30s, and this is the Bums of Venus to Tyranny of Dragons.
Or like the...
Yeah, we are continuing with our story here. It is Sunday. So just some reminders. We have many ways to interact with our stream. All subs, gifted, prime, or direct, in addition to supporting the stream and allowing us to improve our for the players. So if you do some kind of sub, make sure you highlight it and say, hey, I want to give an inspiration to anybody, or it can go to a pool and they can just choose from it as needed. Also, the higher the tier, the higher the inspiration.
In the computer.
You can also interact with the stream in other ways by using your channel points. Check out the boons that you can give to our players, the homebrew you can help create, and of course the monthly giveaway, which we are doing today. We are doing the monthly giveaway today.
Excellent.
It is 5/1, the 1st of May, and so therefore it is time to find out who won the April dice. And whoever wins.
Excellent.
So, you can see what they look like underneath me every once in a while as we are playing.
That's awesome.
Let's see.
Let us know how we sound. We always need that beginning of the game sound check.
Yes, please. It looks good, but hey, thanks Almost Critical for the Prime sub. So, whoever you want to give inspiration to, please
My chat's not working.
Alright, so, each month we have a beautiful set of handmade artisanal dice that are created by Almost Critical, which you can check out on the screen as we're playing. You can go to their website as well, and you will be able to see all the beautiful dice that they have, and with code NAT. You can enter using your channel points, but you can also enter by engaging in our Discord and or becoming a patron. Patrons automatically get, actually I changed it this week, so you get the number of entries for the tier that you're at. So a nerdy 30, which is our $10 a month tier, gets 10 entries automatically right off the bat. It is free to enter, but patrons get that kind of just bonus where you don't have to worry about buying entries with your channel points. Actually starting this with this giveaway. And also if you engage in our Discord and you level up, you get more points that way too. And also the $10 a month, the Nerdy 30s, you get a NAT30s mug, exclusive Nerdy 30 NAT30s mug, which makes you join the mug club. And our mug club winners also, or members, also get to win stuff when I choose a winner.
Your audio is cutting, maybe. Anyone else? Anyone else? Is the audio good, or is it just almost good?
We need ambiance.
We do. We light our candles.
All right.
We need batteries. That's what we need. Nope, you go. We're good.
Okay, merch update.
There was a sale this past week. I know some of you bought stuff because I get the emails. I'm sure there'll be another sale. Usually there's 2 a month, but I have not gotten the May email yet. Or if I did, I haven't checked my email today because I've been sunning myself like a lizard. So, yeah, buy our merch on our TeePublic. And if you are a patron, you have a special code, so you don't have to wait for the sales. You can use this code anytime. I think it expires in
at the end of June, yeah.
At the end of June, so we will have to up it again. It'll most likely be a different code, so be on the lookout for that.
You know what's weird is that our Twitch chat's not showing up, so 1 second, let me just...
It wasn't showing up for me before, but now it is for me.
Oh.
So, I don't know why.
No, I mean on the actual stream itself.
Oh.
So there's supposed to be Twitch chat here, and it doesn't.
Screw you.
Right into the dragon's wing, we're like, ah.
We'll see what happens. I'm not overly concerned about it. But anyway, yeah, let's get started with
Did you do your rolls already?
and we will be back in a moment.
Yep.
Oh.
Alright. When last we left off, the bums of Greenest were soaring through the sky on the back of an ancient... Ooh, I put white, but that's not true. It's a silver dragon. Got it confused. Tasked with representing the humanoid races, you climbed aboard Otari Liakarnos and took to the sky southward to the DragonMoot, called by an ancient gold dragon by the name of Protanther. Hundreds of miles were traversed in mere days as the dragon sped to your destination. Rough weather pelted you with freezing rain and wind, making it difficult to sleep while you traveled. And on the second evening, an unwelcome visitor attacked your flying companion. A green dragonkin devil attempted to disrupt your journey, but was unsuccessful due to some luck and Abaddon's ability to bend it. A failed mass enchantment saved you all.
That would have been bad.
Just
So close!
before your attacker hissed, "They shall rise," and spread their wings like Batman disappearing out into the darkness. This was enough to encourage Otari Liakarnos to continue non-stop through the rest of the night.
I was like,
As the sun begins to rise to the east, you are greeted by the welcome sight of mountains. At first, as the darkness is retreating to your west, they look ominous and large, but as the light sweeps across your vision, their size diminishes, and instead you are taken by the snow-capped beauty of them. And I realize I must change my sound.
how long since the fight has it been?
It's been many hours, probably 4 or 5 hours. Arik and Zan have 1 point of exhaustion due to not being able to sleep.
Did you roll for me when I was inside, or did I need to roll
Huh?
for that?
What?
I missed like the last 5 minutes last time, so like.
No,
You-
there
you
was no
slept.
roll.
You-
It's
you
been
and
almost.
Sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
we
been like
we
2
let
days.
you guys sleep on me.
Yeah,
instead.
you
Tied
all
ourselves to the thing like.
We were taking first watch when the thing attacked.
Gotcha.
Right, and then she
He was
was
snoring
going.
in my ear, so I couldn't.
She continued too fast, really,
It's
for you
Israel.
to like really sleep at that point. And you imagine as you are going along that she is also likely fairly tired, but it seemed as though there was some haste.
Hey, Bearded Fortress.
Hey.
Make haste.
So, as you continue along, heading towards these mountains, it is a clear day. The sun kind of rising from the east. It has that like beautiful orangey color. Again, very welcome sight to see that you are approaching mountains. Whoever is proficient in history
I am.
or
And I have
nature
advantage for it.
or history. I'm gonna go with history.
Shut up,
What is it? His advantage is only when it comes to ghosts.
Your
Fiends and ghosts and
Fey fiends are undead.
So, you can roll.
Information about darker. That's still proficient in it.
So you can roll a history check as you are approaching these mountains. Why does this sound as loud? What the hell?
I also have advantage if I can recall information
Problem
about a
solved.
dark path surrounding an
Said problem
object you are
solved.
touching or a location you are presently in.
Just be behind me.
13.
So as you are approaching these mountains, you are aware, you remember Nether Mountains being mentioned, the Nether Mountains. You also are aware that these are not the Nether Mountains. These are the Small Teeth Mountains, which are to the south, past or in and like
Was
past.
I told we're going to the Nether Mountains?
You recall her mentioning Nether Mountains, but these are not them. Yeah, so you are continuing forward, flying full speed as far as you can tell. Like, it is impossible for you all to talk at this point. Like, you would have to be huddled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be like your back turned, and huddled up together.
We're
if you
just sitting on
wanted
the back of going.
You are very cold. It is a little bit warmer here, and again with the sun coming up, and it seems like it's going to be a nice day. But as you are coming down to closer to, well, you're past Afkatla, it's just warmer in general, but you're still cold because you're up in the sky, going very fast. So as you continue on, at a certain point, Otari turns her head again, very slowly looking back, and she's kind of coasting at this point, and you hear her say to you all, "It won't be long now. I am going to cast invisibility on us. I suggest you close your eyes. You will not be able to see each other. You will not be able to see me. Hold on. Don't make any sudden movements, and trust in the fact that you are tethered." And then she turns her head back. And very strangely, like within a few seconds of her saying that, you can see nothing of the people around you, of her. You, as far as you are each individually are concerned, you are flying full speed through the sky. You can look down and see the clouds, the ground as you're going, and there is, like, you can feel that you are still where you are supposed to be, but it does anybody close your eyes, by the way?
No.
Okay.
Abaddon, yes.
Okay.
But she's gonna wrap her tail around Eric's
Just before?
legs. Yes.
Okay.
Just one leg.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open, but I'm just gonna pat her tail reassuringly.
Yeah, so
You're now blind.
you just kind of hold yourself.
Just like, with invisibility, would closing your eyes even work, or would our eyelids be invisible?
Ew!
You just see right through it, like, no! Like, my eyelids don't work. No, they're invisible.
That's a good question and gross.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure everything on you is your own. But yeah, for the rest of you, it is quite the experience to be flying through the sky. You see just yourself. You can see birds like flying below. It's almost surreal, really.
It's fun a bit of.
Just fly through a
I was
flock.
gonna say, it's like a 747 just smashing through a bunch of geese.
Yeah, and so you.
Windmills kick the birds.
So it's actually like kind of cool, like it's exhilarating.
I mean,
and
I guess
fun.
it depends on. I mean, I personally would not find it cool at all and would have my eyes closed the entire time. But for some,
Oh no, my eyes are wide open, having a bollocks of a time.
yeah.
This is the closest that ours got to use his carpet so far.
Yeah.
Same feeling. So he's like, "This is awesome."
It's definitely one of those things that you know you will never experience again, and that who knows how many people have ever experienced it in their lives, is to be on the back of an ancient silver dragon who is now invisible and bringing you towards, it's like you're speeding though towards these mountains as you're keeping your eyes open, and it's really difficult to gauge any kind of like movement of her. I mean, you tilt at certain points and there's nothing to prepare you for the tilting, so there's a lot of like holding on very quickly, and even though it's cool, it's like you can't tell what's going on here. Your life is in her hands even more than it was this entire time. And you begin speeding towards the mountain range. You can see, as you're going, you see figures moving across the range. You can see flying creatures. You can see what are clearly giants, just like going about their business from very far away. And you get very, very close to, you stay more towards the top of the mountains. And then at a certain point, you hear her say like, "Hold on," and then you turn and she goes around and you're holding on to something, you think. and you find yourself going around the top of one of the peaks of the mountains, and then coasting down, you see, not you, but those with your eyes open, see an outcropping.
He's just doing this to the tail. Just...
I would be doing the same thing.
Dan has his eyes open too.
Yeah. I did a what's that called? A trapeze thing once, and like I was like ha ha ha, and I let go, and then it was like dark vision just went, and I held on, and I'm like, ah. The guy was like, let go, and I'm like, I can't let go, and I just went back and forth until I was like able to finally let my hands go. So like I would not be able to do this, but so you come around, and then.
I'm just thinking Finding Nemo, where the fish on the back of the turtles in the jet stream.
Oh.
Radical! Radical!
You do have a moment as she's clearly coming around, and you see this like outcropping from the mountainside where you're just going down towards it, and again you're like you can't really tell the distance between like yourself, the ground, and then when she lands, it's actually very smooth. There's like a landing, very slows down a little bit, gently lands, and then instantly you are dropped down. You fall probably 10, 15 or so feet down to the ground and kind of roll a little
So
bit.
how much bludgeoning damage? Fall damage.
So we fall off of her and roll?
You kind of come down, and then suddenly you're just like, whoa, and you drop down to the...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
It's like in the holodeck when they remove the floor. Your
Yeah.
feet just go...
Yeah, and you take four bludgeoning damage as you fall like 15 feet down, like, and you roll over.
You float, don't you?
Well, can I use my reaction like slow fall so I can like roll with it?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
We're all on our ass, and Zan's like
And
Mary
instantly
Poppins.
graceful. Like as you were falling, you
it's
all
the
instantly
It's
could
like
see each other again.
it's like the anime when like they fall but like they roll and just like skid the rest of the way.
Yeah, as you fall, you all see each other just go woo, and you fall down to the ground. And standing before you
Pizzas.
is the food.
Pizza.
Before us is pizza.
It's pizza.
Excellent.
They're very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get them to sponsor us.
Paid online, right? Now I'll have to give Judy money.
I already paid. Yeah, everything's
Tip and
all set.
everything?
Yep, everything's all set. So standing there before you is Elia, Otari Elia Carnos's humanoid form. So you see the elf woman. She's just standing there, kind of fixing her clothes, and the wind is blowing her silver hair like kind of all over. She lifts up her hood and puts it over her head. And don't forget that one of those is for Malcolm. And then
Imagine kicking him, little him kicking open the door and just my pizza.
it would be very not like him. It would be kind of creepy. So you're standing there in this outcropping, but there's no entrance or anything. You're just like on this rock that's jutting out. I kind of picture like Lion King, the pride rock that's just like sticking out. Yeah. And you see her, the wind just going by.
And then accidentally go, oh God, no!
And she turns to you all with like a little bit of a smile. Just kind of as you're all getting up and brushing yourselves off. And she says, how was that? Fun ride?
Exhilarating.
It was amazing.
I like the ground.
I do too. So I feel like I should wait for him. All right, he's coming. So yeah, as you can see, you're standing on this outcropping. It is solid rock everywhere around you. You're fairly high up. You can see like wispy clouds. It's also fairly, it's like warm-ish, but kind of chilly because you're so high up. And she turns to you all and says, so I will begin a rite It is very important that you stick close by, and when I pass through, you will have less than a minute to follow me. Stay close. Do not try to leave after we have entered. And you will be safe.
Understood.
She walks over to the mountain side and she places her hands up on it and she closes her eyes and she begins to do this kind of chanting song that Val, Zan, and Avedon, and I don't know Draconic.
No.
No. So the three of you recognize it to be draconic in nature, but it also seems to be some kind of ancient, older speak. You have a hard. You can only pick out little terms here and there, and it seems to be almost like this melancholy chant that's difficult to discern the actual words, but she just kind of stands there. You see no change, but when she the song dies down and then she just steps through the rock.
Zan follows.
I was gonna hurry right through.
I'm just gonna go, whoa, neat, and then go through.
The moment that she steps through that rock, you hear in your head.
Kill them all.
You hear Abaddon in your head. I waited for you. My disappointment cannot be understated, but I trust you have a very good reason for attempting to make me look foolish.
Do I have to answer on the stone?
So the way it works is the stones, one person can send and the other person can reply, the other person can send and the other person can reply, and that's it. So it's a sending and a reply, a sending and a reply.
do I have to speak it?
I think it might be a whisper, but I don't actually know.
Okay. Can I walk? I'm gonna be walking and talking.
Call you back, I'm busy.
Are you going to enter in?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's good. Avedon will say. Oh, it can only be 25 words too, right?
Mm.
Oh, crap.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong number.
I'll
The
text you
service
later.
provider is no longer available.
I think it's spoken.
like it has to be.
I'm pretty sure it's outwardly spoken. Yeah.
Okay,
It's like
so
a whisper or
she's-
something.
Okay. Nope.
That's what she said. That's what she said, Jess.
I'm gonna say she's just gonna leave her on red.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She's not gonna, cause I have to go. So we're going.
You just
We're
go.
going.
Okay.
We're going in.
All right.
Can I?
Sorry, I'll call you back later. Love you.
It was just like a and it just gets cut off when you enter.
Is Arik? You're in front of me.
Uh,
I'm in the back.
Yes. Yeah,
I think it was
figured that
like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I probably
Okay.
would have stayed behind since Avalon and Arik just had that little tiff.
Okay.
That made up.
She's gonna say, I'm very. Wait. Let me talk to you in a minute because I'm really sorry, and I still want to make you happy.
Nice.
20. Call you later. Love.
Later.
Oh, that's right. Call you later. Love, Abby. So she's gonna whisper that.
Okay.
Does Arik hear that?
Make a stealth check.
This is so funny.
That food smells good too. Like the smell just like
Talk about it. Don't talk about it.
I don't smell it.
Not great. 9.
You do hear that.
Wait, I think I can do something with this. I think I can do a thing.
Ben
A
blocks
failed
our
dex-
trips and
oh,
smacks
wait, what
his
was
head.
it?
You cut off his ears.
I can use
It's
Or
something I was thinking. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Fair
that's totally like flavor exploration.
I was like, that's gonna be so strong for her. That's why kids are always like, this is so spicy. If you take a bite of it, and it's not, because we got old taste buds. their taste buds are brand fucking new.
It's like rusty leaf springs.
But
Alright,
their melons are brand fucking
Did I just say
brand new. So
I'm
it's like when they
busy
eat
right
something, it's gonna
now?
be so
Is that what I
strong
said?
tasting.
Something like that. You're busy right now, and you'll call her back later.
I did. Okay.
Love you.
I'm busy right now.
Okay, I love you. Bye
I
bye.
can't believe I just said that to a dragon.
That was pretty ballsy.
I mean, you're
So
kind
good
of
being
protected
20.
by like other dragons right now.
So you did not hear anything. You kind of no. She's standing right next to you. So you head on in. The moment that you step through the stone, you all find yourselves on the other side in a tunnel, and the tunnel is fairly dark, but there are braziers on the wall that are lighting up. Not super bright, but enough for you to see. And you can see Elia, she has stopped just a moment, maybe like 20 or so feet in, to wait for you all. And once you all emerge, she begins walking. So you head through this long tunnel. Sorry, 1 second. And it's dark. It's a little bit cooler than what you were expecting, especially from where you came. But then you continue on. What you also notice is that like the walls of the tunnel, the rockiness, it looks slightly different than what you saw outside. It's more like a black with kind of like almost silvery shimmer on the inside. It looks maybe like it might be a little bit like wet. There's something dripping from the sides, but the rock is just different from where you were. So you continue through. This would be where I would probably have had or not roll for his stone thing, but that's not gonna help you right now.
The one time.
The one time it actually comes in handy.
Yeah, so you
He's
continue
off
to walk.
in some. Where is he? You see, he's in like a. Shit. I'm trying to remember where they were supposed to go.
They were supposed to go to the Misty Forest.
That's the Misty Forest.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. I was gonna say
Imagine
forest,
he's
but
in
I
a
was like,
brothel instead. It's like fuck them. I need this
he's
vacation.
got a bunch of old lady bearded dwarves around him.
Oh yeah, hot as fuck.
Living the dream.
So you find yourselves walking for like a good 10 minutes, and all you can really hear is the sound of your own footsteps as you're continuing on. Anything for those 10 minutes you wanted to do, or I can speed it up.
Eric is just thinking nervously in his head.
He's looking around like.
All right. So she leads you through these tunnels until you come to the end. And what you can see in front of you is that when the tunnel ends, it opens up into a much larger room where there is a lot of light coming in. So you see it before you get there. She doesn't say much. Like as she comes to the end of that tunnel, she just kind of stops for a moment, looks at you all, nods, and then you head into this chamber. And I have some pretty music that honestly, if it works, it might be super loud. So yeah, you enter into this chamber, and it is huge. Enough to fit the 4 that you see in front of you. Gargantuan ancient dragons that are in this room. As you enter, all of them kind of turn their heads and look at you when you approach. And mostly looking at Elia as she is stepping forward with a lot of confidence. She knows where she's going, and it's more of like a circular chamber, You can see that there are darkened tunnels that lead off from this big chamber, but it is well lit. Just really stone. There isn't furniture of really any kind here, but there are, like, it's almost like a dais near the end of this chamber, and there are 4 dragons there, and it is shocking to see them all. The light is like reflecting off of the metallic scales that they have, and so you see a brass dragon. You see this protective plate that is really its defining feature. That kind of comes out and up. Up from the forehead, there are spikes protruding from its chin. There's a frill similar to how
like a triceratops.
Slightly, yeah, without the horns. Yeah.
Nice.
Like
a protoceratops. I know my dinosaurs.
There's a frill that runs down the length of its neck, similar to how Otari Leocarnos's, and it has these like tapering wings. You see it like expand its wings for a second and then bring them down, and the wings go down the length of the tail. It's like they're connected all the way down. The scales are kind of almost like this like warm burnished kind of color, and you see little bits of green mottled towards the edges that like have darkened over time. And when it looks over, the thing that you find the most striking of all of them is that when they look over, they have no pupils. Their eyes are just like this moving molten metal like orbs. That's what this one's color is.
When we met Lenithon that time, did she have pupils?
She did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember if it was just like if it's a metallic dragon thing or dragon thing overall.
Abaddon, you can roll history, or I'm going to say history or nature.
Same. Okay. 9.
9, yeah. Okay. So you're just like, oh, so beautiful.
Pretty.
Most of your research has been on the chromatic ones, so this is the first time, obviously any of you are seeing ancient and this many in one place. Next to them, you see a ribbed and fluted, like crested dragon with bronze color. There are curving horns there are several of them that kind of come out from the sides, and then 2 that come up from the top. And then there are additional like little spines that come out from the chin. You see that this one appears to have like webbed feet and very, very dark claws. Like the horns and the claws are all this black, jet black, shiny. And let's see. They have a kind of rich bronze tone, but there are also these little stripes of green that go along the entire body. And as it is looking at you, you see that it has green orbs for eyes, like no pupils again, just these bright green.
Is it liquid metal looking like the others, or is it like?
Yeah, I mean, you all are still kind of far away, but that like the light coming off of it is just it's just green. In the center, we'll skip the center. On the other side is a copper dragon. It has these brow plates that jut out over the eyes and extend back to long horns that are like overlapping as they go. It kind of has almost like a pensive look, as it's just like these frills that go off, and then its wings with that metallic copper tint. The scales are very, very coppery, and then it as well has these like light green, kind of when copper starts to age there. You see that this one, its wings almost have these like holes inside of it, like just peppered throughout. It doesn't really seem to have really a rhyme or reason to it, but it has a kind of what are those scaled lizards? What are those called? The ones with the
Komodo dragon.
no, the ones that
Chameleon.
where a horned
Gecko.
like a horned
bearded
lizard with
dragon.
a
Bearded.
no, yeah, where like the scales are like points that kind of stick
Yeah,
out
horny toad.
instead of being smooth. It's this sticking out kind of.
I know my reptiles.
A horny toad.
Our was flirting with that silver dragon, so he's sporting massive wood right now in his chamber. He can't
Like,
help
look
himself.
at all this fucking metal.
Oh,
Look at these
I
reptiles.
am a horny toad.
He is a blacksmith. I mean, he does like
I
metal.
could forge that so good.
This is getting him on so
I'm
many
hot as
levels.
fucking iron right now. Just breathing all heavy and shit.
Oh yeah, maybe it was the bearded dragon. Was that? Yeah, that might have been it. Cat as well.
I don't know my reptiles. It's all,
Cat knows the
all the
reptiles.
blood left my brain. Sorry.
Um,
I'll knock it off.
Thank you for the sub, Cat. Also, let us
Thank
know
you.
if you want that to go to the inspiration pool or someone specific. So right in the center, of course, is this unbelievable sight of the gold dragon. Pure gold right in the center of them. Clearly there is space right near him for where the silver dragon would be, but she's in front of you and walking towards the group. It has kind of like the ancient and Asian dragon feel. There are two large horns that go up that look like they are ridged and have scales, and then several smaller horns that stick straight out from the face. On its chin and around, like where its lips would be underneath, like the nostril area, there are long, flexible spines that kind of look like whiskers.
Like a must, like a Fu Manchu.
Sorta. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that come down from the sides, and the horns sweep back from the nose and the brow, and then there are twin frills that start just behind the head and go down the neck on either side, disappearing behind the wings, which the wings are different from all the other dragons that you have seen. Instead of having more like a bat kind of shape, these are more like a sail. It goes straight up, and where the forearms of most have like the the claws, or one claw kind of like a bat, instead of it going out and there's another like piece there, it's just like a sail that goes down and all the way down the tail, and you see that it connects to maybe about right at the base of the spine, and then the two frills that started at the head go all the way down the tail to the end. Spikes all throughout, and it looking at you, you can see it just has like molten gold eyes that similar to the others, where it looks like it's constantly moving and the brightness is there. So Elia steps forward, and she looks at the gold dragon, and she says, "Greetings, Protanther. I have come from the council, the lords of Waterdeep, and those beyond. I know you do not want to get involved, but they sent along this party, neutral, but here to speak for the humanoids." Son of a bitch. Just close my thing. And then as she steps forward, that like strange kind of, you watch her morph again, that like extending and just very unnatural, like change from that small elven shape to the large silver dragon, and she very heavy footsteps as she steps over to where the other dragons are, and she takes her place near him. You see that he nods to her as she comes forward, and then he just makes eye contact with each of you individually, and everything is like very quiet.
Are you sure? How can you tell? Like eye contact with moving liquid metal pupils,
Well, he was
like
feel it.
eyeballs.
Yeah, you
Feel
can.
it.
Stares at each of us.
And it's very awkwardly quiet during this time.
When he look, Arik is gonna deeply like bow towards the whole crew of
Yeah,
dragons.
when he makes eye contact. They just go.
Sam will do the pause.
Okay.
I was gonna say if you don't, I was gonna be like,
She's sitting there like.
"There's her shiny. I want their eyes."
Yeah. You turn around, she's not even there. She's on
up
top
there,
of
like,
one
with
with a
a-
crowbar.
Don't give me any ideas.
Guys, can I keep it? Can I keep it?
Put it in the bag.
I want one.
In a much deeper voice than I can do, the
Oh,
Dragon.
Please try.
the dragon looks at you all, and says, I feel like you're waiting for me to do a deep voice. It's not happening.
Howdy.
I'm just nervous.
Hello.
I'm nervous, so
Hello.
I'm eating. So I'm eating. I'm nervous eating.
Nervous eating. So he just kind of, not even really looking to you, just turns back to the rest of the dragons. They're kind of in like a semicircle, and he looks to Otari, and he says, "You know my stance on this. I would prefer that we rally our forces together with no regard for the humanoids."
Is this the gold one saying this?
Yes, the gold one is speaking to. Sorry, I know all my dragons are going to sound the same.
And we can hear him.
Yes, he is speaking out loud, but not to you. You are
Okay.
there.
I don't
but
know if he was
is-
there talking dragon.
No,
I
no.
was gonna say every character I've ever done sounds exactly the way that sounds.
Yeah, no. He is speaking in common for your benefit. You assume because he would not have to.
Oh, you should speak like Miyagi-san. You're right. He said you should have was an
I am
Asian
not
dragon.
going to. Nope. We're not doing that. Start getting banned from Twitch. So he continues saying, "I believe we should strike immediately and decisively before the cult and its chromatic dragon allies can muster their full strength. If this puts the humanoids at risk, so be it." The others just kind of are quiet in this moment. You see actually the bronze dragon. Oh, sorry, there's a brass dragon. Which one did I say?
You
You
said
said brass and bronze.
brass,
Okay, good.
bronze, and copper.
Very good.
Is there a clear hierarchy as far as like the dais setting that you were saying?
The only
Well, my-
thing that you can really tell is that the gold dragon is in the center.
Okay.
The others may or may not be in some kind of order, but it's tough to tell. They're all about the same size,
Oh, they're all about the same
Yeah.
size. That was my next question.
approximately. Even the gold one is not all that much bigger, I would say, than the others. It's just looking at them as they're speaking to each other. There's almost this sense of like the older they are, and this is from seeing, for example, when Micaiah cast the Draconic Spirit, and you saw that like large dragon. It was a fairly small dragon compared to the one that you were fighting. You could see all the individual scales very clearly. Like other than the copper dragon, where the scales are very clearly defined because they're horned and like tipped, very very sharp looking. The other ones, it gets really difficult to see where their scales end. They almost look like they're becoming solid metal color. So, the one dragon that you do notice, the bronze one does kind of keep looking at you all, as the gold one is speaking to Otari. And it's difficult to gauge facial expressions or anything because they are very old and very dragon. And it is difficult. If you thought like the dragon born or the half dragons or even kobolds were difficult to like figure out, you could probably, after seeing their faces, you could probably figure out those at this point because it's hard. There, it gets quiet. It's very dramatic, this whole thing, as you're standing there awkwardly in a lot of silence after he speaks. No one else is speaking. And he looks again at all of you and then back to Otari, and he says, "However, while I am the leader of this council, I do not make the decision unilaterally. I am no longer the king of justice and have instead been chosen to speak for we gold. As a result, we must come to our decisions independently." And then he turns his head to all of you. You will have your time with all of us. An opportunity to speak your truth and win hearts and minds. Then we will come together for a final decision. And all of them, just very dramatic, slow heads turning to look at you all in the room. And they all like simultaneously turn and head off into the tunnels that were behind each of them. And you see Elia, or Otari. She looks to you all and does a like kind of follow me, come hither type head thing as she
It's gonna be a
heads
4-step interview process.
she heads into her spot.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Do anything? You say anything to each other? You just following?
Looking around and you go,
Holy shit.
This is like
The size of
5 metallic ancient dragons, and Zan's just like, grew up in a village with less than 100 people.
Yeah.
oh, soak it in. You'll never see something like this in your lifetimes again.
It's true. How are we going to convince them, though?
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Just have to be honest. That's all.
Their minds not made up. Let's see if we can help convince them to work with us.
What was that? Zan.
Sorry, can't hear you.
All right, so you follow Elia.
Is this room? How's this room lit?
There are in this particular room there are braziers everywhere. There is like it's fire like as far as you can tell, natural fires all around. Some on the walls. It's a very like oval.
Is the room metallic-y? Or is
No,
it like
it's
a stone?
It's still that dark, almost black kind of stone that looks like it's like the light
Like a
in
onyx?
the room. Huh?
Like onyx?
Sort of, yeah. The light in the room definitely is like reflecting off of whatever is making it shimmer or appear to be a little bit wet, but it is black stone. Right? So you all step through the first hallway, and almost immediately you find yourselves in a small kind of cozy room. Goes straight from, you kind of look back and you don't really, you see through the doorway the very open and wide and the tall ceiling of where you just came, but then it doesn't make logical sense that you just walked in and there's this room here, but there it is. There are a lot of relics everywhere, almost like a museum. There's just things everywhere, but then there's a sitting area and like a seating area, and Elia is there in her human form, her elven form, or humanoid elven form. She's sitting on a seat, and she just gestures for you all to sit.
Zan takes a seat.
Do I have to sit?
You do not.
Okay.
She's just gesturing.
Abaddon's just gonna walk around and look at the stuff.
This is the part where Erdna would tell you to not take anything. Val doesn't know you're a kleptomaniac. Or does he? I mean,
Should take your
he read a
snacks
full
right away.
report on these people.
I don't know. Check your gears. Anything
Depends
missing?
Depends on who wrote the report. So you see her smile at you actually for the first time. And she says, well, I agree with Protanther that we should strike now, not waste any more time. However, I am not convinced that we would succeed if we tried to fight alone. An alliance would reduce casualties for everyone involved.
Agreed.
But we must be certain of the intentions of your leaders. I have seen you fight, and I know of your will to fight against the cult. Yet that is not where goodness lies or rests its head. You are made by those that you love. To truly know you and whether my support is truly warranted, tell me of who or what you love the most.
Are we going in descending order of height or age?
I think that Abaddon would quickly be able to say her family. Because she returns. Well, my mom and dad, and then I have 2 sisters that I just met too, and I absolutely love them the most.
Nice.
And why?
Well, because they're my family, they're my blood.
I'm interested to hear whether the rest of you choose blood.
I have a few that I love. Her name is Leo, and I've come a long way. I wish I was with her now. Unfortunately, other more pressing matters obviously come first. You asked why Abaddon loves who she does. I would say that Leah makes me more than what I was. She makes me feel as more than just someone who fights and kills all their life. It gives me purpose, as does my friends here. Eric does not look at Val because he doesn't know Val. I suppose, there's many things that I love, but I don't know, and he just trails off. Talking to a dragon, he's just like...
Great lady. As we spoke a little bit before, you know that, you know of my profession and order. And what I love and what we all love is life. That is why I do what I do. Not for any one individual, but for all. So all may live peacefully, happily, and safely in a world without evil and fiends and undead.
I'd love to tell you that my love is for my family. I have no blood family left that I know of. I don't just fight for the people by my side, but I love being able to be something I was not. When I was a young boy, someone took my hope away. And if I can do anything to bring hope to someone else, that is what I love.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I too have love for my kin. Not just the other silver, but all metallic in general. You may or may not be aware that the dwarves and the dragons have a long history. I appreciate you sharing. I would ask for this from you. One of my kin was slain by the dwarves, and I know that her skin is worn as armor to this day. I want that armor returned to me, and an apology made by Ambassador Braun Anvil of the Council.
Was he flaunting that armor at the meeting in front of her?
On behalf of all dwarves for the wrongful deaths the DragonMoots have caused. The DragonMoots. They even steal the name of our council, mocking us. Can you do this? Do you believe you can?
I believe anything's possible.
If it means us small folk and you dragons coming together, I think we'll do anything we can. Move mountains if we have to.
All right.
Oh, we can do it. I don't like him very much anyway.
Good. Good.
No one should have to see their kin on display.
And yet we do. Repeatedly. These scales are well sought after, we'll say. The dwarves have plundered our lairs for centuries. But they are not among you, and so...
Dwarves.
You know, we would never hang out with dwarves.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck 'em all.
You may exit and choose all but Protanther for your next. Save him for the last.
Lady.
Thank you. I'll bow deeply.
Thank you.
You exit out of the room. When you turn around to look, it's just a dark tunnel. Like, you walk out and turning back, there's no room there. But there is one to your right. That's the right. That's the right-hand side. And then there is the center one, and then two more. So, where you going next?
Is it not obvious which are which?
I'm assuming they go kind of in the order they were sitting at the table, right?
Wait.
Yeah, the next one to your right would be the copper dragon.
So if we draw like it's like a circle, and then we have how much those? So it's kind of like that. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like that.
kind of like that. Yeah.
So we just went to which one?
To the yep.
This one.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
I'm gonna go.
I said right, but it's actually your.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cross that.
So that's
one
the
off.
silver one, and the one to my left, your right.
Right here.
Yeah.
The bottom.
Yep, that's the bronze.
Bronze. And
No, I'm sorry, copper.
So this
Apologies.
is copper. This
Gold
one.
is in
This
the
was
middle.
silver. Gold is in the middle.
And then we have
Brass and bronze.
the bronze, and then the brass.
Ooh, Lord Byron entered the monthly giveaway.
Woo woo, Byron. That's for May's dice. All right, where are you going?
that meme
I know, I
all
hate
fucking
it.
day.
All right, where are you going? You going to the
Copper.
Copper shop.
It's close.
Copper Dragon?
That's a good
Alright.
thing your little short friend didn't come with us, eh? That probably would not have ended well.
Maybe. Although I'm not sure that he's exactly answerable for the crimes of his kind, no more than any of us are. Humans have done some pretty awful things, and neither of us are responsible for all of those.
Oh, sure. Have you ever tried to convince a dwarf of anything? Let alone giving up their riches.
A few times.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. I mean,
But we're trying to convince dragons, which is probably a scotch more difficult.
I suppose it's all relative. Come on, Trogdor, let's convince another one.
Relative to size.
All right, so you head towards that entrance. Stepping in, another like immediate shift. The moment you step forward.
Does it feel funny, like we're passing through a magical barrier, or does this...
No, you just step in and suddenly you're in a different place. And turning around, when you enter into this space, you can see that where you came from, but before you stepped in, it was just a dark tunnel. So you step in, and it feels almost as if you stepped in through like an open door into this like warm and inviting living room. There's comfortable seating everywhere. There's pillows. There are blankets all over the floor.
Dragons know how to live.
It's not gaudy, but there's jewels everywhere.
Fuck.
Gems.
We should get through this one without her real quick.
And in front of you, with a big smile on her face, is this middle-aged looking halfling female. Tan skin, oval eyes, her hair has many, many braids, and then it's like piled into a bun on her head. She's got a heavy shawl on her shoulders. She just looks very comfortable and like inviting as you come in. And when you step in, she says, "Oh, can I get you any tea? Welcome in."
Oh, I'll take one.
Listen, Eric will actually nod. Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes, that would
Lovely,
be
lovely.
wonderful. Thank
And
you.
he's definitely gonna tug on Abaddon. I know she's not here. On her sleeve and say, "Don't touch anything." And he's gonna make
tying her tail around.
He's going to make meaningful eye contact with Zan about
Oh,
this.
you can see.
Yeah.
You can tell her yourself right now.
Don't touch anything.
Oh.
So you've entered into the area of the Copper Dragon, and stepping in, it was just like this cozy abode. It's almost, there are windows with like bright light coming in. It's like you're in a cottage, sort of. There are blankets and pillows and very cozy seating like all around the floor. There's a small table, like a coffee table in the center, and then there are gems everywhere.
I made
Glittering
sure I
jewels.
specifically tugged on your sleeve and said, "Don't touch anything."
Gems and jewels everywhere.
Just doing that Samuel Jackson look from Black Snake Moan.
And then I made sure I made eye contact with Zan. So
Are they just in the wall?
They're everywhere.
They're
They're
everywhere.
piled up. They're like, it's not even almost, it's like there's decoration where they're hung from the ceiling on like, it's just gems everywhere. Unlike the Silver Dragon where you saw relics and artifacts and statuettes and things like that, this is more just gems.
Gems and jewels decorated with
Uncut
gems and
gems.
jewels.
Uncut gems everywhere.
And sorry, this is the brass dragon.
This is
right?
the Copper
Copper.
Dragon.
Oh, the chocolate cup.
Yeah.
So
Chocolate.
the way
Just
that
they look like a halfling.
Yes. She
Oh.
presents as a small halfling woman, middle-aged for a halfling, lots of braids piled up on the top of her head. She offers you tea, and then when everyone accepts, she looks very happy, and she goes like, suddenly there's a door that wasn't there before, and she goes back into it and then comes back out. Well, she goes back out into it for a moment. Is there anything you wanted to do in that moment while she's not there?
What would Abaddon do? WWAD. She's probably gonna just like walk around a lot, not sit, We don't have the tea yet, right?
No, she's
Okay.
going to get.
Oh, she's going to get the tea.
yeah.
Sorry.
She's not in the room.
Yeah, she's just going to be like, if there's gems on the wall, she's just going to touch them.
Okay. The moment you touch,
She's like,
the moment you touch your first Anka jam, you hear from the door. I got it. You hear.
Good job.
actually making the tea.
I got it. You do hear her say, "Aren't they lovely? Aren't they beautiful?" And she comes back out. And you know she didn't see you, but she felt that. And she has a big smile. He's like rosy cheeks as she comes over with the tea and places it on the table for you. And she's looking at you.
Sorry, did we see her kind of transform into
No.
so she just entered this room as this,
You entered her
We
space,
entered her.
and she was already a halfling.
okay.
Yeah.
But we know,
You know.
we know.
We saw them leave into the
Yes.
tunnel as dragons,
And then-
when we came into the room, they were like already.
Yeah.
So, I think Avedon is kind of going to lose herself in the gems for a minute and just speak to this older halfling.
Yeah, middle-aged.
Middle-aged halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, they're just exquisite. You have the most beautiful place. I could stay here forever. It's just beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, I love it. That I can't have enough.
I know what you mean. What's your favorite one? Do you have any favorites?
This one in particular. And she goes over, and there's this opal that's probably like this big, and it
Fuck.
beautifully, and she like picks it up, and she says, "Just look at this one. It doesn't even have a story around. I wish it did. It's just beautiful. I wish I could say I got it from someplace special. I just found it out in the middle of a field, and it's just beautiful. It's gorgeous."
Avedon is going to reach into her backpack and...
Don't worry, I'm not doing anything obvious.
She, while admiring that stone, I'm just checking to see exactly what I have in
Oh
my
god, is
backpack.
she gonna pull a Raiders of the Lost Ark? She's like,
While it's in her hand.
what is that?
She looks at all of you while she's showing her, and she says, "So I am Idalise. That is the name I prefer to go by." And she's like holding it up to you because she is a halfling. So she's the name I prefer to go by in this form.
Idalise.
Idalise.
Just gonna kind of spell.
Idalise.
Whoa,
Oh,
not
yeah,
how I
sorry,
did
wait.
it at all.
Can you do that one more time?
Idalise. But you may hear them refer to me as Tasmakella in the chamber.
Taz McKella?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
I am Xander Huntsman.
Nice to meet you.
Greetings, lady. I am Valgut of Cormier.
Oh, Cormier, what a beautiful place.
I'm Eric Firesong.
Nice to meet you.
Trogdor.
And you?
I'm Avedon. I really want you to take a look at this. Look at this. It's a moonstone orb again. Wait, what is it? Inlaid with meandros or curriculum.
What?
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Does she have a stroke?
Like, oh, how beautiful.
Give her a potion of healing.
Orichalachicum?
Or a calcum.
I don't know. It says come in it.
Yeah,
That's
or a
weird.
crowd.
It says come in it.
It says come in it.
So she's gonna show her that, and then she's
will.
gonna show her.
On the break.
That's,
What's the worth of that? Is that 750?
that's 2,000.
Oh shit. Okay.
Is it comparable at all to whatever she's holding in her hands?
Maybe. Let's see. What would that be?
Time to haggle.
I feel like you would
Buy
need
it.
to really know. Like, I know you know Jen. How about we'll have you do a. Do you have like tinkers, anything, or jewelers, something like a jeweler's kit or anything?
No,
like that?
I
No.
don't.
I'm just gonna have you do just a straight.
I feel like
is that
Avedon would
intelligence
know.
or
She
wisdom?
knows something about
Intelligence.
gems.
Like jewels.
Yeah, let's go with intelligence. Just
Oh, intelligence check.
yeah, let's do that.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's a 3.
Yep. So yeah, you don't really know. I mean, this is the biggest opal you've probably ever seen, but you don't know if it's like comparable to what you have. But
Okay.
she's like, that's very beautiful. What was it again? Was it just a single gem, or it was
No, it's a-
moonstone with?
Moonstone orb inlaid with
Okay.
a meandrous orichalcum.
Okay. That's very special. Where did you get that one?
Oh, do you want to hold it for a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
She puts down the opal, puts it right on the table, grabs that one. Oh, beautiful. And it has a beautiful weight. It's very weighted. Very nice. This is very special. You should hold on to it and keep track.
Oh, I will.
Don't let anyone steal it. I bet it's worth a lot of money.
What do you think? Thanks.
You're welcome. So,
So her, just to clarify, Tazmakala?
Taz Mikella. Mikella.
Tazmakala.
Yes.
I'm just doing this phonetically, so I don't find out. Makella.
Yes. So she says, so who did you speak with first?
We spoke with Otara Liakarnos.
Oh, Elia. Yes. Oh, that's good. She
See,
brought
that's
you
why-
here. That's a
that's
good
why I
place
do
to
it.
start, I would say. Yeah. You should definitely save Protanther for the end. He's the one. I've spent a lot of time around humanoids, and I think that you all are very lovely and interesting folk. But I do understand where he's coming from. I myself have my reservations about supporting any particular factions, but it's mostly due to the fact that you all steal from me quite often, and it gets tiring. The humans, the dwarves, the elves, just can't seem to keep your hands off of other people's things. I've noticed. Just even when it's not dragons we're talking about, just in general. Stealing. Thieves. It's not nice. It's not nice.
No, in our group, we don't appreciate thieves either.
Don't you look at me. You don't
I
even
didn't
know me yet.
Didn't look at you.
And you betray folks as well. It seems to be a humanoid trait, betrayal. So I'm just saying, I enjoy spending time with you all, but I've noticed, I can see where Protanther is coming from.
We
And
hold a lot of fear inside of us. Makes us do awful things.
oh, I can imagine. When you only live, maybe a couple 100 years at most, there's a lot of fear.
We're very... Please don't take this the wrong way. We're not as powerful as you are, and very easy to lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yes, I wish I could say I understood the elves, though, why they do this, as they, live quite a long time, as we do. But really, my reservations come from, will you betray us once the threat is gone? The dwarves are known for holding their DragonMoots and stealing our very skins and heads and bones and organs of all kinds. So that really is where my reservations lie. But we could, Protanther is correct, we could strike. We may very well be successful. But we don't know their numbers, and having humanoid allies, it would be helpful.
I think it's our only chance is to work together. They have dragons and humans and other people working together on the other side. I know that you're all very ancient and powerful,
That we are.
but I think working together is the only way to balance the scales in order to ensure that we can come out on top. It's by working together.
Yes, I can see that.
I understand your fears. And I wish I could tell you with absolute certainty that in the future there'd be no betrayals. But if we do not band together now, there will be no future.
Well, there will be a future, but it will be very unpleasant for most of, the humanoids, at least, for sure. And it would be much more difficult for us all to come together and strike Tiamat down Bahamut is notoriously difficult to pin down, we'll say. And at that point, it's just casualties galore that we could avoid.
That is our goal, to avoid casualties. And perhaps to make future alliances.
Many innocents. Many,
I
many.
agree. I do agree. How's the tea?
It is wonderful. What is it?
You know, I have no idea.
Excellent floral notes.
Is it? I just stole one out from in the pantry there, and whatever it was a mystery to me. I don't know that much about tea, but I figured you all like it. So
One of the best I've ever had.
good. Well, she sits down, which makes her even tinier than which you're sort of familiar with, having had Issa in your midst for a little while. But she sits and she says, "So, I heard about your battle with the Black Worm Speaker, Resmir. Thank you for the follow."
That was an old thing to do while she's talking about your battles. That battle was...
Our new hype man.
You defeated her.
Aye, twice.
Very impressive. She was in possession of something of mine. It is an item that I earned, fair and square, after defeating an ancient black dragon long ago. It was an item that was stolen from my hoard, as I mentioned. And I would hope that perhaps you would be in possession of this item and would return it to me. Its rightful owner, of course.
Iris gonna edge over to Avedon towards the bag of holding. Just like
Zane has the bag.
oh damn it, I forgot. Towards Zan. Bag of holding.
What is this item?
It is a sword.
There it is right now.
Does this sword happen to speak?
It does indeed. And it even has a name. Hazaron.
I think we may be in possession of this sword.
Oh, good. Very good. And so I would like to have it back.
Of course, we originally only kept it to keep it out of the hands of someone that would use it for ill intent purposes.
Of course, it is a nasty, nasty sword. Yes.
Can I roll to see if I'm aware of this sword?
Yeah, sure. Make a history, right?
History.
Yeah, make a history check. Do you get advantage? Because
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
18 and 19. So that's very high. Whatever plus 6 is to 19.
yes, it's 25. Yes, you are familiar with Hazaron.
Oh, you have that thing. You're a brave lot.
And with a 25, I'm going to look up a little bit.
Oh, I get even more information.
We've had it for some time.
It's annoying. Asks for your blood. A lot.
It seems to hate magic.
So,
Right? That was what it did. And it used it-
No,
When I-
certain
Arcane.
magic.
I
Arcane
picked it up.
Magic, yeah.
Didn't it pick it up and it told me to try to like kill magic people?
kill the arcane users. Yes.
Yeah.
For arcane users.
Rude sword.
It is very rude. So Hazaron, you know that it is from the Netherese area, which you know that the Netherese is what the like Yuan Ti, that kind of pantheon, what they worship. You, with a 25, would know that the sword was forged during the height of the Netherese Empire, long ago. Once a successful military commander for the Netherese Empire, Lord General Hazaron led numerous skirmishes and rarely suffered a loss. Over a long military career spanning several centuries, thanks to spells from the Council, which is a vague reference that does not go into. He was responsible for many significant protective actions. He was summarily selected for the process, and upon reporting to a laboratory, a Netherese black site, he was pressed into the Great Sword.
What are you carrying around a dude? No wonder
That's
he's
why I'm
fucking
so
angry
pissed.
and hates magic.
Yeah.
He hates arcane shit. Jesus.
He felt a great sense of betrayal, but his value needed to be preserved, and it was and so they pressed him into the sword so he could become an eternal instrument for the Netherese Empire. And so he hates arcane users. And yeah.
Well, I've read all about this sword in our archives. I'll have to tell you. I'll tell you later. It's very interesting.
If you want your sword, it does belong to you.
You see her eyes just like her
It's
face
a,
lights
it's a
up.
giant great sword.
It is a giant, great
Yeah.
sword. It is dark colored. It has
Roll
this
for strength.
curling guard, and
Just
there's
tips
a,
over. Oh god.
there's a
Technically, Zan is proficient with it, so
Oh,
he knows how to use it. It's just not
balance.
the best for him.
You see a pommel that's embedded with a purple gem. You just pull that out and hold it, and she is like, ooh, and she reaches forward and takes it, no problem. She's tiny, but it's like, ah. And you hear her, she's like, I know. And she pets it a little bit, drops the one side, and she looks to you all. Thank you.
We're glad that we kept it out of the wrong
Imagine
hands.
if we didn't
and
take that fucking thing.
we're glad we kept it out of the wrong hands, and I'm happy that I could return it to you.
I am so glad as well. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. Well, I thank you.
May I ask a personal question?
Sure, yes.
If do you? How do I ask this? For dragon.
What do you need it for? Can I rent it?
I really don't know how to phrase it now that I thought about it for a second, more than a second. Can I rescind that? My question?
Sure, young man.
Oh, no, okay. We're glad we did help. Literally, because I answered my own question halfway through of asking that, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, never mind.
Thank you. While while my history with the humanoids is that of thievery and betrayal, this is a great step in the right direction. You could have lied. I would have known, and you could have lied. But you didn't. That goes a long way.
In order for this partnership to go forward, lies aren't going to get us there.
I agree. And you destroyed the one who was in its possession, so even better.
I do think most of us humanoids, they're blind. I think if everyone knew what was coming, perhaps a lot of people would change their ways.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. Humans and elves and dwarves and demons. All kind of the same. In your own way. It's hard to change. But I thank you.
And we thank you for the tea.
Of course.
Delicious.
If I figure out what it was, I'll let you know
Well, we appreciate
before you
that.
leave.
Can we take this to go?
Take it with you, sure.
We're gonna go-
inches after we pass the.
I was gonna say it's just gonna disappear.
Well, thank you, cuties, and I will see what Protanther says after you speak with him.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And team.
Thank you, milady.
Thank you for giving us a chance.
Of course, of course.
Enjoy your sword.
Oh, I will. She's petting it.
It's like you ever seen that thing? You just gotta come and pet your dog. It's so relaxing. And as soon as he touches the dog, like freaking out, and he's like, "This is just so relaxing."
So you step back out of the space, and you find yourselves in the big giant hall again.
Do we have our
And-
teacups?
Huh?
Do we have our teacups?
You do have your teacups.
Zan left his behind. He didn't know.
I was gonna say
he
I
didn't
was
wanna
only
take
joking.
the
Arik is actually
silverware.
gonna put this down.
Oh no, I'm just like.
Did you take your tea?
No, didn't have a sip. Was very distracted.
See Abaddon just like, hi, but waving to the opal. All right, so you head out into the open chamber. Which one will you go to next?
We're in the furthest one.
You wanna go straight across
Go straight across and work our way
to the breast?
towards
Okay.
Prathantha.
All right,
Certainly a good thing you kept that sword.
so you begin.
Didn't want it going into the wrong hands.
Oh, I don't blame you.
I was interested in it.
Oh, well, that's disconcerting.
I have a thing for weapons.
This is the brass you said.
The brass dragon. I've got
All right.
I've got a pee.
So I was
You
gonna say
want-
you head
you want a
across,
break?
and that is where we will take a break, folks. You can enter.
Say, I don't know.
Arik's
how much
looking
longer
around
I
for
can
a-
smell that food without
I
like.
know.
Arik's
freaking
looking
out.
for a corner
Like,
to
I
pee
feel
and then
faint.
fucking drink.
So you can enter into our giveaway today, ! Ticket, and when we get back, we are going to choose our April winner for the Almost Critical Dice. Keep on using those channel points, and we will be back momentarily, and hopefully everything is, we're good here. All right, we'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Not just dumb bit.
Sleep sucks.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody.
Cross the street without falling.
All right, it is
Which
giveaway
leg is it?
time.
Want me to?
It's both of my feet.
Lauren's feet have fallen asleep somehow.
Tap tap tap
No,
tap.
she-
Yeah,
just
stuff
blocking.
the pumas.
I mean, we can just throw down some D4s and have you step on them. That'll wake you up.
That's a
You wanna wake them up, not fucking kill us.
magic missile my feet.
All right,
Caltrips.
folks. So, we have a couple of giveaways here.
Stand up and
So
just
I'm
start
going to
popping.
close down today's giveaway, which hopefully, it should still be up, even though everything
Again,
shut down. My computer
did get
just
painful.
died while we were trying to stream.
Turbo KKV successfully bought a
Hey,
ticket.
Turbo!
Turbo.
Welcome in. Welcome back. Oops.
Oh, do
You
wanna
had
sit
time
here?
to enter into the giveaway because I
Here.
am logging into the
So
thing right
listen,
now.
I'll not be asleep
So
for
thank you all for
sleeping.
entering. We have
I'm serious.
6 entrants, which is
For the monthly giveaway?
No, for the
That's the-
strawberry
yeah,
dice
it's called
bag.
the bad girl
So
chat.
today we are doing a giveaway of this beautiful dice bag that is hand made by Hook and 20. Hook and 20. So they are on Etsy, and there is a gift code on the back here as well that you can use. And I'm putting it in the dice bag. So this is a hand crocheted
Pokes my leg.
strawberry bag. It's super cute.
I
So
want a hat like that. Sounds weird.
I want you to have a hat like
I
that.
want a strawberry hat.
I was gonna start
Someone
singing.
make me a
I was gonna
strawberry
start
hat.
singing Strawberry Beret, but I'm like, wait, it's a raspberry beret.
That's a great
so I'm going to close the giveaway,
Take it back.
and
So take back your butt spikes.
No, I
Sorry.
don't.
I'm
I want
going
us
to
to
draw
go
a winner for
That's
our
I thought-
daily
No,
giveaway.
it's
So the
awesome.
winner is
That's about what you
Almost critical.
Hey, congrats! You win the strawberry dice bag. Very, very cute. It is a giveaway that I actually won, but I don't need any more dice bags. I just like entering giveaways for fun things that then I can pass along. So congratulations. I'll be sending this off to you. Thank you. And, all right, now it is time for us to choose a winner for the dice. I do want to share
I think we started too early.
that we have...
Keep it going.
I think we're shaking
Yeah,
a
you're shaking the
camera.
we had 236 entries
Oh,
in
wow,
April's giveaway. So I am
Everybody wants
going
'em.
to type something here. All right, so the giveaway winner for this month's dice is SRG Evil Ed.
All
Thank
right.
you so much, Evil Ed. Evil Ed is one of the
Is
OG
he-
compound folks.
I was gonna say like
SRG
they have
is
not
like-
won before.
No,
'cause I
they
don't
have not
remember
won
hearing that
before,
name
but they
winning
are like a
before.
loyal compound person. So thank you,
Excellent.
Evil Ed. I will make sure that James and the compound in general knows that you were the winner. I'll message you. And we appreciate, again, 236 entries this month.
Smart people.
Just great. Thank you so much. Keep in mind that part of this is, and only part of it, is due to the fact that I have changed the way that the patron entries are. So if you are $2.50 per month patron, you get 2 entries automatically. If you're the $5 per month, you get 5. If you are the $10 per month, you get 10. Just right off the bat, don't even have to think about it. Thank you for being a patron.
No, it was 200 people, single people for that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it was.
Yeah, we had a lot. We had a lot of people enter into
I don't
this.
even remember seeing this month's dice.
They're up on the screen. Yeah.
What are they? This
This is Springtide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Springtide, and SRG Evil Ed gets to choose the ink color. Yes. And May's dice have already been started. I
Official
will
dice.
have pictures soon. And yeah, we are going to
Dice doer.
get going with May giveaways. Put it on board. So thank you all for entering. Thank you for being loyal patrons. I'm going to have an announcement fairly soon because I don't know if you all know this, but Twitch, lovely Twitch, has decided that they may start taking more money from subs and bits and all of that stuff. And Dice Let Lauren. And I'm not really a big fan of that. They already take 50% of your Twitch sub. And
She
I-
wasn't- I'm really not a fan that you
Oh
wrote
no, I'm a
Dice
huge
Slut
fan of
Lauren.
Dice Slut Lauren. So we're gonna probably
5
lean
stars.
more heavily into the Patreon because Patreon does not take 50% of everything that you give. I would assume if you're giving something to us in the form of subs and stuff, you're hoping that it's going towards the stream so we can improve and everything, and that is, you
Like,
know,
Twitch already
Twitch
gives
already
you
takes
back
it.
pennies.
yeah, it
so
takes
they're
50%.
They're gonna
So we're gonna
keep
work
more
on
pennies.
other ways to make sure that what you give us goes into what you see. So more to come on there, but if you are interested in joining our Patreon ahead of time, there are perks, there are tangible items, there are an enamel pin, a NAT30s enamel pin. There's all kinds of stuff that you can get if you join us now. So
And putting it.
thank you, Das. And our tiers start at $2.50. I got rid of the $1 one because nobody was doing it, so why have it?
Hey, $2.50 is still less than a cup of coffee.
So
Yeah.
what's our highest tier?
We've got
10?
$10 tier. Yep, starts at $2.50, ends at 10. So
$250. Awesome.
if we had somebody giving that per month, I don't know. There might be a lot of nudie photos from the entire team going.
I will get
As
into
much
a
as you would want to see
bathtub.
someone in their 30s,
I'll get
a
into a
bunch of
bath.
naked 30-year-old 30-something year
I'll
old.
suck it in all in the right
Yeah.
places.
Oh,
But I'll lay in a bath
Yeah,
and
we
you guys can pour almost critical dye all over me. And I'll just be like, oh
like,
The
no.
D floors.
ow, 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 ow,
I know.
ow, ow, ow.
It is embedding into my skin.
He's like in a bathtub. He's like, "Oh, this was such a better idea in my mind."
I'll just smile
Now
through
get
it.
up.
We
I'll
should
just
we
get
should
out
do
of
a
it.
pinup calendar.
The way you said that,
A
man,
NAT30s
it's like,
pinup calendar.
get up.
That'd be badass.
I want you to
Get out of that tub.
Yes, DM. Yes. just
Roll for
Piercing damage.
Roll for damage.
just chucking handfuls of
Not
dice
a
at
piercing
me.
damage.
Emotional damage.
All right, so bringing it back.
That would really exfoliate.
Serious face.
as I just bleed out.
Piercing yourself is not exfoliation.
Really taking off that first, second, third, and fourth layer of skin. Really getting down there.
You want to get really like diabolical is you make it all metal dice and you heat them up beforehand.
Why? Who thinks?
What is wrong with you?
Who thinks of this? What kind of weird ass
How is that? How am I the freak?
ancient?
Says the man who wants to cook people on top of dice.
All right.
Wow, weird ass ancient Egyptian torture method is that? Heat up the dice.
Yes, almost critical. That is what we were saying. We need a whole bunch of caltrop.
I do, so I can bathe in them like Scrooge McDuck. I'll dive into. I just shred. I just shred apart as I dive into it.
All right. So you all were walking across a really big cavern. Gonna go talk to some ancient dragons. So the next one, as you walk across the large, dark, but brightly lit cavern, is which one?
The brass.
Brass. All right. Okay. So you step across the chamber there and enter through the next doorway. This one is a stark difference from the ones that you had entered. So you come in and there's almost no change to the room. It is still the rough black stone with the glittering kind of moistness. And
Glittering moistness.
but there
my
is
stripper
plenty.
name.
There's plenty of light from their oil sconces like all over the walls. There's a circular wooden table with chairs all around it, but at the head of that circular table as you come in, there is the brass dragon in their dragon form.
They're not. They don't fuck around.
And
No teeth.
Yeah. Axe up my teacup.
yeah, you see like that kind of as you said, the triceratops kind of like look there, and even though he's in the dragon form, you can tell there's like a big smile, like curled up smile on the face, and they beckon you in, like, come, sit.
Is there any? Is it just a bare
Like
floor?
at the table with the.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There was a
yeah.
table with chairs.
Mhm.
I will step forward and sit down.
All right.
After
Yeah,
bowing,
sit.
I forgot. Sorry, I'll bow first and then take a seat.
Okay.
And this is my tea is go.
And he says, "Oh, did you get that tea
I
from
didn't
Tasmacala?"
Oh, I certainly did. Have you tried it? It's fantastic.
No, I don't try her teas. She doesn't know what they are. That's like suicide.
Oh well. Guess we'll find out in an hour or so.
You'd already be dead.
Oh, good to know.
So he says, "I am Eleuthra." You want to write that down?
That was my spice.
Nope, I don't.
Can we get a...
ILEUTHRA. ILEUTHRA.
Iluthra. How do you say that again?
Eleuthra. I don't know.
Do we get the impression that this one identifies as masculine or feminine?
There seems to be a more masculine, like the voice has been deeper than the other two that you've spoken with so far.
Iluthra.
Greetings, Lord. I almost forgot my name. Valgard of Cormier.
Fabulous to meet you.
I'm Xander Huntsman.
Xander Huntsman,
Our fire song.
Arc Fire Song.
Abaddon.
And what a strange one you are. Don't often see you hanging around with other humanoids. Typically, I hear they try to stay far away from you demon types.
Well, but I'm a nice one.
I bet you are.
I can't tell if that was condescending or
No.
not.
He says, I have spent an eternity traveling the plains and sitting alongside Ogma themselves, the god of knowledge, to know that every journey, whether the simplest to the local bakery or the grandest to pandemonium itself, offers the chance to learn more about yourself and the world around you. I often find that most of the denizens of this plane seek to shield themselves from this opportunity. You all have had the chance to grow and to learn. What is the most important thing you have each discovered, no matter how small?
Well, I just discovered this tea is not legal.
Not legal.
That we have a duty and a responsibility to more than just ourselves. To the ones around us, even those we don't know, and to the world as a greater whole.
And did you not know of this duty before you started on your journey? Arc Fire Song.
Ashamedly, I was much more of a selfish man and small-minded before I took the first steps down this path.
It takes a big man, as they say, to have that level of self-reflection.
Thank you. He's gonna bow. Big man as he's looking at this giant dragon. But thank you. That's kind words from one such as yourself.
Of course.
Most important thing is hope. Without hope, it's just nothing but despair, anger, challenge. It's hope that keeps us together with those we care about, those we've lost. Hope guides us, and hope will bring us together.
You sound like one who only recently learned this.
I've lost my hope in the past, and with losing that, I've lost myself before. But I know now hope is the only thing that keeps us separate from the animals. Hope of things that will get better. Hope of things yet to come.
I have found that there is a surprising amount of good in the hearts of folk when pressed against extreme odds. Good that they themselves didn't even know they had.
Did anything in particular bring you to this?
Oh,
This belief?
a lifetime of doing what I do. And he just shows the pendant of the order, which the dragon should recognize.
Mm-hmm. Ah. A slayer of evil.
Yes, indeed.
You have seen a lot of it then.
Perhaps too much some days.
And perhaps you are well suited for the task.
I would like to hope so.
I have watched and I have seen. Each of the humanoid races has a chance for good and for evil. Protanther, he only sees one side. And what about you, Demoness? Demonling. Little demon.
Little cutie baby.
I would just want a little chibi version with a big black eyes.
This giant finger goes like under her chin. Little baby demon.
I just want the big black googly eyes with like two little red pigtails. With the little like tiny nub horns. Oh.
She was a cute baby.
I know what you're drawing later.
Yeah.
I can't draw cute.
I've learned that I can prove myself. That is as scary as everybody thinks I am. Once you get to know me, I can find people that like me. And I can be good.
Do you struggle with that?
Oh, no, not anymore.
You didn't say that with a straight face.
That was so cute and earnest. Oh no. Oh, not.
He leans like right down into like you didn't really realize just how large because it's like right there at the head of the table, but then he leans like right down into your face, like within like that close. You could feel like this hot breath on your face and just kind of like very close. He doesn't say anything. And then like leans, it brings the head back up, sweeping back up and looks at everyone, all of you.
Does he smell like, does his breath smell like pennies?
Yes. Yes. It does. Well, I believe that you all have space for good and for evil. What I would like to see is the evil that has allowed for this incident to even occur to be managed. This ritual requires 5 dragon masks. Or so I hear. They are key components, although it can still occur without them. Those masks were created by Tiamat herself. I would like for them to be returned to the Metallic Dragon Council. Once obtained, all of them, so that we may put them somewhere safe. Even those that you may come across that are yet at the Well of Dragons. Should you be successful, should we all be successful against Tiamat, all of the masks should be given to us. Can you convince your leadership of this?
We'll do our very best. I believe under these circumstances, there's not exactly room to haggle or to say no.
Left unprotected, these masks are too powerful to just be left out in the world. We will convince them.
Well, if you can convince them, then you have my vote.
We will do everything we can within our power.
He just kind of looks back at you, Abaddon, for a moment. Very good. Well, we will see how this all turns out in the end. And remember, we dragons live a long time. We have very keen minds. See to it that you convince your leadership to do this.
Thank you for giving us the chance to do so.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Just a little. You silently walk out of this room.
I think that whole time you were like, oh.
So you walk next door, essentially, to the next room, and
1 second.
Yep.
We don't have. We gave the drag
The council has the mask that we had, the black
the
mask.
black one.
yep,
And we didn't get the white one because it was
Taken.
sniped by
Talus.
Talus.
Yep. All right. So,
Got cold out there.
huh?
Got cold out there.
So you
Grass.
head to the next room, which is for the bronze dragon. And as you step in, you are immediately finding yourselves within a chamber that appears almost as a library, except it has kind of like a nautical theme about it. There's bits of coral and treasures and books. They're all piled in corners. There's a rug on the floor with numerous pillows, lots of fluffy
It's just a cave
blankets.
house.
And you see a wood elf with golden brown skin and orange hair that's styled almost like a flame that's curling upward from his head. And as you come in, you see a smile that just spreads across their face, and you feel like this sense of like just warm greeting as you come in. It's like there's no tension in this room whatsoever. As you come in, he says, "Welcome, welcome in. Wonderful to see you.
Well,
How have you found your other discussions thus far?"
Oh, they've been productive.
That's good. That's very good to hear.
Mostly pleasant.
Mostly.
so far, yes.
Oh, good.
See what the future holds.
Saving the hardest for last. Protanther himself.
Yes, we were advised to speak with him after we've spoken to the rest of you.
Good advice, yes. The rest of us may be able to lean on him should you convince us to join.
That's why we're here.
Yes, I sense your urgency, and I believe that Protanther could be no more wrong, in his opinion, of all of you smaller races. He and I both understand that metallic dragons are born in the image of Bahamut himself, born to be heroic, to be good, and to be righteous. It's for this reason that he sees the ill of the small folk and sees them as evil. His very essence blinds him to the truth. He has no choice in being good or being evil. Or more accurately, it would take a greater focus to overcome such innate goodness. He does not see how much greater and more precious good is when it is freely chosen by the smaller folk, who must consciously turn away from villainy. I know that the rest of the Moot shall seek to learn your true nature, and out of tradition I must also. I simply want to know your greatest act of heroism in your fight against Tiamat or elsewhere in your lives.
Cycling through
I
backstory.
know.
Everything we've been through, I'm like,
I haven't written down that part of my backstory yet.
Now's the time.
Off the cuff.
Apologies. Very rude of me as well. I am Naimur.
we all grab the pens.
I can write that down.
How do you spell that, Dan?
Nymmurh.
Can you pronounce it again?
Naimur. As he looks at you, Zan, he says, I see that we have a harper among us. I think the harpers epitomize the very best of the humanoid traits.
From those that I have met that convinced me to join their cause, I agree. They try and do what they think is best, though not try and rule over others. Like you said, let them choose the right path. The path of good.
Exactly, exactly. If only Protanther could see. I find it hard to believe there are no great acts of heroism amongst you.
I'm Googling it.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't look back at things that I've done as great acts of heroism. Just in the moment, what was right. Save a life. Protect that which is precious. precious within everyone. I can't say it's heroism or not, just saving lives is why I'm here.
You just go. Well said. Well said. And you?
Oh, I agree with the lad right here. I am no hero. Again, he has left the thing out so it can be seen. He goes, what I do because I was raised to do it, swore an oath to do it. My methods are frowned upon in some circles, but what I do is to protect all living things from evil and vile creatures that make the world unsafe. If you want to call me a hero, then so be it, but it is not what I believe I am or what I seek.
So would you say your greatest act is yet to come?
Could be. With luck, I may have a few years left in me.
With luck. You'll need a lot of it in this fight. All of you.
So it would definitely seem.
I don't have time.
This one time, I stole the biggest fucking jewel you ever seen, motherfucker, right from a giant's bedstand.
This one time I fight a chromatic dragon to direct word.
Okay. Hero means a lot to me. I don't know if I'm brave. I'm not. But I do feel like a hero must apologize for their mistakes. And I've made some. So I think the thing that makes me a hero is bring that motherfucker back to his family. I killed somebody by accident, and
Was it a
Snapjaw.
I was gonna say bomb.
Yeah, and I didn't want to.
You're telling the story so like very cute. Like you think this is adorable. This is Instagrammable.
She's such a dick. No, but I killed someone, and I didn't know that it was going to be as bad as it was, but it really hurt him. And
Sure.
I had to. I knew that I had to do what was right, and what was right was doing good by him, and I had to apologize, and I had to make it better, and I think that that's heroic.
It's a very unique story. But very good.
Thank you.
Oftentimes we take a life and think nothing of it. I know you will hear people say that you are like ants under our feet. And for some, that's true. Your lives are so fleeting. Most of you. All of you here. So when you take it, you give no further thought to the impact that life has had, or will have, or could have had. Some people will justify it. So to apologize is. To make it right is very heroic.
She's gonna just beam.
Just like,
He likes me.
and it is strange, like, as each of these dragons has been, well, even though he's in his in wood elf form, like, his eyes are, like, still that kind of, like, metallic color that is forever moving. So,
Creepy.
yeah, it's a little bit strange. But you have black eyes, like,
That's true.
I suppose to some, heroism is something that would be done only on the battlefield or something like that. And I suppose to me, it also means the greatest heroism also invites some kind of self-sacrifice. That of which you want the most. And I've seen some amazing things and met some amazing people. And I'm doing something far greater than any of us within this chamber for the good of all.
Don't tell Protanther that. He does think he is the greatest. Sorry, go ahead.
But if I said that I would rather be here than where I truly want to be, where I've given up to be, and promise that I've made, it would be a lie. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I was in a soft, comfortable bed with the one that I love, and far away from here. But I can't, because I'm needed here, talking to all of you, for something greater than any of us. So I suppose in that grand scheme of things, to you would be something small, but to me is my entire world, my entire being is what I'm sacrificing. Everything that I want to be here right now doing this.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think you will do well in front of Protanther. I appreciate you sharing. There is a lot to be done. Is he the last that you must speak with?
Yes, he will be the next and the last that we speak to.
Well, good luck. I am on your side. I only ask that you remain respectful and full of integrity.
And we ever shall. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your wisdom.
Thank you for your confidence.
Haven't tried the tea.
Is that from Taswick?
Oh, yeah, yes.
No. You never know what you're gonna get there, so I learned that lesson a long time ago, no.
Well, I'm still ticking. It's a good one.
Well, the luck that you have, good sir. Or maybe it's all of that, ghost blood. Do ghosts have blood?
Not all the time. Sometimes.
Well, good luck. Enjoy your tea.
Thank you, Lord.
And you step out of the chamber and back into the large one. And the last one is that of Protanther.
Just gonna down my tea. Is there a table nearby?
I thought you were gonna smack. I thought you were gonna and just whip it against the wall like Stone Cold Steve Austin
he's
would.
going. He's going to very politely put it to the side of the entrance. I'll pick it up on the way back.
All right.
Pull a pat at Faneuil Hall.
Oh.
I didn't want the glass. He gave me the glass.
Was that one who coming out of Dick's?
Yeah.
Dick's last resort.
I just love that we all followed suit. Oh yeah, we don't want to carry these all night. Yeah.
Can you imagine doing that now though and not feeling like a complete
Oh, and I
asshole?
feel like a total dick
Just
because
whipping a
somebody
glass in the middle
had
of
to
the
go
fucking
clean
room.
up all the glass. The
Some kid
4
stepped
glasses
on
that
it.
we smashed.
Some young kid was running down. tripped on a
It's
loose
Faneuil
brick.
Hall at
I-
midnight. No young kid is running through Faneuil Hall at midnight.
Blame the pregame in the hotel room before the grooms even got there. But anyway, that is a story for another day.
That's a story
I'll
for
talk
that's a
about
story
this
for
as
the
you're walking
patrons.
across.
We are not telling Protanther any of it.
So you step across, to continue along to the next door. And when you step in, it's actually another very simple room, similar to the one that Eleuthera was in, but it's very, very well lit. Like, you come in and there are braziers along the wall with flame There are lanterns that are hung from the ceiling, the very, very high ceiling, and then there are just floating orbs everywhere. And they're emitting like this golden colored light.
Was that like the orb that I had way
Like
way
the
back
drift
then? The
globe.
drift
Yeah.
globe?
It sort of looks like that.
You stole my
They're-
drift globe, this dragon.
Your
They're
first,
Walk up to the dragon and say, give me my globe back.
your first magical item got stolen.
Yeah.
I was stolen like a day late.
And they're all different sizes, but it's just like very, very beautifully lit. And at the end of this long room that has, it almost looks like, oh man, for those of you who've seen the Fountain, there is this movie where it's just like these lights that just come down from the ceiling on these long, and they're all different lengths, and it's just beautifully lit. And he's at the end of this long chamber, and he's there in his gold dragon form as you would have expected to see him. And in front of him, he's just sitting there, and in front of him is a large bowl off to the side that, as you get closer, you can see that it is like overflowing with pearls and gems and other glittering items. Yes.
Don't reach for your dice. What are you doing?
And
I
you
seen her like.
She's like,
Creep it
I
up.
just need to rub something.
I just need to roll the stealth roll.
as you step forward, he like beckons for you to come closer until you're like very, very close, and all you can see is this like gold statue. He reaches over and he picks up one of the pearls, and they're decent size because he is a large, very large creature. And he just like brings it to his mouth and boop, eats it.
Not the sound I was expecting, but let's move along.
It's making clock noises.
Do it again, Lynn.
Double-handed clock
Do it
for
again.
1,000.
I might have coworkers watching now, so I have to be careful. So anyway,
Have you seen the list on the wall over here?
They
No, they
can't
can't.
see
That's
it.
true, they can't see that.
see it. That's just for us.
okay. So anyway, he looks at all of you, and he does not look impressed. You can tell, like his brow is kind of like, he's not angry or anything. Just you're standing in front of him does not impress him, or not impress him really. It's just
Zan will bow. I'm Xander Huntsman.
Get down, take a knee, I go. Greetings, Dragon Lord. Valgard of Cormir.
Our fire song.
And Abaddon. She'll bow.
No curtsy.
I am Protanther. Once a king of justice, now the leader of the Dragon Council. I am the one who called for this discussion. The humanoids of this plane lack the perception and perspective necessary to truly govern themselves and the world they build upon. The cycle of humanoid civilizations of this world exist as a sign of quintessential flaw in humanoid nature. Why should I see those in front of me as any different? I want to know your core perception of this world. I propose a simple game. I say a word. You tell me the very first thing to come to your mind. Not what you believe would appease me, but your true thoughts. It takes only 3 words to know the true nature of your folk. He looks to you, Abaddon.
Damn it.
And he says, hope. It's the first word that comes to your mind.
I gotta be her. Love.
Morality.
Me again?
Mm-hmm. He's staring right at you.
Oh. Morality. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what you would say.
No. You have time.
Pickle.
I can't. Mashed potatoes.
That's 2 words. Try again.
Morality.
That's your morality. Morality.
Loyalty.
Dragons.
Big.
He does not laugh. There is no reaction from him. I am not playing him right now.
That one was easy. Morality, that's fucking hard.
He just kind of stares at you for a moment, just very no facial expression, then moves over to you, Valgard. Justice.
Righteousness.
Terror.
Fiends.
Things are indestructible.
Tiamat.
Darkness.
He looks to you, Zan. Kindness.
Family.
The outcast.
Xander.
Damn! That is some pro shit.
Ruined the moment.
Can't help it.
The gods.
Insignificant.
And he kind of like lingers on your face for a minute, and you can see like that gold, those gold eyes are just like glittering. And then he looks to you. Beauty.
Leo.
Knowledge.
Wisdom. Fuck.
That's hard.
Books.
Bahamut.
Good.
I thought you said Bahamas.
A great place to go. Vacation, white sand.
Jamaica.
Terror country far away.
It's a correlation.
It's down there. I know it's a correlation. It's down there.
Okay.
I like she's gagged. Playing along.
Okay. He just looks at all of you quietly for a few moments. It's that awkward, long silence of somebody who bargained with dark forces for power, including Yuan Ti and Tieflings. The cycle of failed humanoid civilizations across Faerun. I am not impressed by them. The majority of evil archmages and liches, including Sammaster, the founder of the Cult of the Dragon, and Zastam of the Red Wizards. Even the current and the majority of the cult's members are humans. And he looks at the two of you. While I can appreciate crimes that the humanoid races are committing are typically directed at each other, I understand that the humans and the majority of the other smaller races don't live. They live for long years. They possess great knowledge. And they have used that knowledge to the detriment of dragonkind in the past. It kind of looks to you, but only slightly, so you're not. It was the elves who shaped the magic of the Dracoridge mythal, causing dragons across Faerun to go mad with rage. If you want me to join on the humanoid side, I require a formal apology from the one who speaks for elven kind.
Can you say that again? Draco.
Dracoregmythal.
Time out. Is there one elf that speaks for all their kind? Like, do we know that, or have we met them?
I am willing to trust.
Hey, I said time out. I'm asking for me.
I am willing to trust that you can wring such an apology from King Melendrak of the Misty Forest elves.
Oh, is that what we need to do? Yeah, sure. We can certainly ask him.
He's staring at me.
You're right next to me, lad.
Is that Ernie?
Right, can't call you lad. Boy, no, can't do that. Friend, that's what I've been calling you. You're right next to me, friend.
Everything we can to get this apology for the Draco mythal. How do you pronounce it again? I have it spelled Draco Rage mythal.
Yeah.
Everything we can for an apology from this King Melendrak.
Do we have to bring him here to apologize? Or can he write a note?
I didn't think of that.
I want to see his face.
This is getting really long.
Maybe he can do a TikTok.
Zoom in.
When we bring him, will you be kind of nice to him, or are you going to hurt him?
That remains to be seen. If he shows me the respect I am due, he will have no worries.
I trust you. I'll tell him that.
He does not smile. I'm smiling. He's like,
She's not smiling either. She's dead serious.
okay. You may leave.
Thank you for your time. Oh, wise Dragon Lord.
Otari Leocarnos will set you up with a space to rest, and we will come to our conclusion.
Thank you.
What he said.
You turn and walk back out past all of the lanterns. Your footsteps kind of like echoing as you go, and when you exit again behind you, it's a dark tunnel, and you find yourself out.
Whoops. nervous sweat off of his forehead. And just,
Oh, good. So the task we have to do is just get 2 of some of the oldest races in the world to say sorry to the oldest race in the world for killing them. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
just about spells out about half of what we need to do. But we did get that sword back to that other one.
Well, it just
A
means we
job
don't have to
well-
go out of our way.
The job well begun is half done.
And then we have to convince the most powerful people on the Sword Coast to give up some of the most powerful magical artifacts in the masks.
How many do they have? 1, right?
The dragons will expect all 5 if we survive.
Yeah, well,
When this is all over.
right now the problem is just getting the 1 back.
The only way I think that this will work for them is this has to be an alliance that lasts longer than just to fight against the cult.
Perhaps. I say baby steps.
Are we just out in the hallway?
You're like in the main chamber right now.
Alone?
As far as you can tell.
Well, what pilfered jewel are you about to pull out?
So you know all the dragons are actually on the ceiling, so looking down at us like,
Remember how the silver one turned invisible? They're all invisible. They've been following us the whole time, watching.
"Oh, just talk amongst yourselves. It's okay." Well, I don't think that's a bad idea, Zan. I think Val here has a good point. It's gonna take baby steps. I mean, you know how hard-nosed Erdnot was. Never mind this,
So I'm saying there needs to be more than just this one battle, this one fight against the cult. These people have lived without dragons for how many millennia? And dwarves and elves are not going to want to be humiliated on the grandest scale in front of all the other leaders. We need to convince them that this isn't just for now. We need to know that the dragons aren't going to just abandon everyone.
And how do you propose we get that assurance?
We can get them to agree that it was dragons and humankind not working together is how the cult rose in the first place. It's hope. How many people have we talked to? They're just poor kids. They don't have anything else in their lives. They have no hope. Some charlatan in a robe is able to convince them to go stand with us. We'll show you a better life. Those prisoners that we talked to inside the Stormreach castle, 2 of them were just there for food and steady pay. Yes, there of course are some diehards, but dragons and humans, we have to work together. It can't just be now.
again, I don't disagree, but I think getting those apologies would be an important stepping stone. I don't think we're going to be able to get any other concessions from dragons and working together for longer. It's going to take everything on the humanoids and the council's side at this point.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
So, did we get the impression that the dragons are going to strike with or without us? Like, because they know that there would be a lot of casualties and would defend themselves, but are they just gonna stand back and be like, good luck? Do we have an idea of that?
No, so Protanther wants to strike.
Yeah.
Without.
Without.
Yes. So there will be a strike.
What does strike mean, actually? Do we know? Do we have an idea?
Well, you have been. You know that everything is happening at the Well of Dragons. Has come up a couple times. You know that they are gathering people now, souls. So they're they're not just killing everybody that they come across, they're actually gathering folks. You know that there were supposed to be 5 dragon masks, and now there are 4. One of which is in your, or there were 5. One is in your possession, 4 are still in theirs. You assume that a strike would mean that the metallic dragons would go forth and attack the Well of Dragons, where everything that is on the side of Tiamat is gathering.
Okay. Thanks.
Apparently, none of y'all are loud enough.
What?
No, I mean, I turned it up, but yeah.
Are we talking too quietly?
Yeah.
Shit.
It still picks up on my end when I do the vlogs. So you stand there out in the middle of the chamber. Any continuing chat?
Either way, I don't think the dragons have anything yet to prove to the council. The council wants the dragons' help, not the other way around.
More wrongs have been committed against them by our kind. We'll have to start there.
To work towards good faith.
Louder.
We need to work towards good faith with each other. If the dragons perhaps were willing to continue on after, I think that good faith will go a long way. It doesn't have to be an alliance forever, but just beyond the battle. Work together with them. They're ancient dragons. They have knowledge.
I
seen
mean, we
things
can
that we've
certainly
never
ask
seen.
them if we get to talk to all of them again.
I think that we have something. I mean, not we, as in this room, but we on this plane of existence, all humanoids, have something that we have to prove to these dragons before they would agree to anything else beyond this. This would be you're right, an alliance of convenience. But we're going to need the proof that that works first before any other kind of alliance groundwork can be laid.
Agreed. We just need to steer the council in that direction. I'm under no false pretenses that we can make any such calls to the council. But they chose us to represent them. If they won't heed our advice, what's the point?
If they're serious about defeating Tiamat in the first place, they'll agree to whatever terms they have to.
But aren't there things that that aren't done yet? We don't have the other masks. We'd have to get them for them to join up.
We would give them, I'm assuming, once we've got them.
Right, but
That
if
was basically a
striking now is what they want, it's going to take time for these things to happen, for us to get these things together.
Ilithor didn't say we need to give them the masks now, just as we collect them. That's not dependent on her support.
There's a promise made on credit. Dragon credit. It's the best kind of credit there is.
How do you stop a rhino from charging? You show them the American Express Dragon credit card.
Yeah, well, if we present to them that we can give these things to them after the fact, you think that they will be fine with that? With no guarantee and...
Oh, I don't think that's the problem. I think they are that Iuthra. These dragon names are difficult for my tongue. The hard part is going to be convincing the council to give them up.
Right.
So that's
They're not wrong in their assessment of our kinds.
I've seen great good and great evil from humanoids. But then again, not even dragons as mighty as they are immune to that. Some seem to be born good and some seem to be born evil. At least the good thing is, at least humanoids, we have the choice. We can change. As strong and mighty as they are, it seems like they're more or less locked in.
So you think an appeal to the council?
I think
And what do we leave the dragons with?
Just our promises and our word. I mean, at the moment, that's all we have to give.
I would hope that they flew us down here, that they bring us back, so perhaps they'll have an emissary stay until the council makes their decision.
Yeah, I think we get to have a fun ride back.
Time is of the essence. It'll take us months to get back there.
That is true.
Maybe we should go talk to Otarli or Karnos.
I'm sure that the dragons will want to meet and talk. And some of us could use some rest.
Well, we're supposed to go see her to get set up.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't wrong in what I said. Just making sure. I didn't know if we were supposed to just like camp out in here.
Are you heading over back to her space?
Yeah, this was probably happening. I'm
Yeah.
assuming like as
Okay,
we're
as you're
walking over
chatting
or
and
something.
walking. Yeah, so you head back to where Elia is, and she smiles when you enter the space. She's still sitting down. She stands and says, "How was your discussion with the others, with Protanther?"
Productive.
Fruitful, seemingly.
He, like you, wants reparations for the past.
There are many to give. A long list of reparations. We trust that you would not be sent if you could not deliver. Is there anything else you would like to concede? Anything you can think of that may further sway Protanther to your side?
I think if we can bring it back to the council and talk, one thing that may make things much easier is if they knew this relationship was more than just a battle. If we can convince them, would you and your kind possibly be willing to interact with the humanoids more? Perhaps if we can convince them that a spot on their council of some kind, as your people and our people not being together, is what made the cult rise in power. Humanoids, they do have greatness in them, but those who have no hope can be easily swayed. Those who don't know any better. Before this journey, I never thought I would see a dragon, let alone speak to 5 ancient ones in one night. This world is big enough for everyone, and there's no reason that there can't be a permanent relationship.
Make a persuasion check.
This ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, your persuasion's not that bad. Right?
Yeah, who's exhausted?
Oh yeah. Sorry, that's a disadvantage, right?
And I'm cashing it in. It's a D12. Cashing it in. Which one D12? I never roll 12s. That's good. 23.
All right. You see her face.
You said we still have 2 more that come into the thing from the people that.
Yeah, it's, 2 more D4s. 1 D4.
I don't know where all the...
Actually, I'm gonna say you have 4 more because 2 came in yesterday.
There was like a... No, there was like a jar with like an opening in the top.
Oh, it's over there.
Oh, right next to me.
She stares at you for another awkward, long, period of time, and then she says, "I will speak with Protanther. We will see." We will see how the battle goes. It's really up to him.
I understand.
Well, I will set you up with a space that you may sleep. It will be perhaps 2 or 3 days, as we discuss. We are currently in the Nether Mountains, approximately 600, 700 miles north east of Neverwinter. Do not attempt to leave, or you will be unpleasantly surprised by the activity outside of this chamber. Demons, monsters, giants. We meet here because it is unexpected. We are deep in the heart of the mountain.
It's clever. Head south, only to go north.
If anyone was watching any of you,
They would have no idea where we are.
yes, and we have
Wait, so did we teleport or did we just go really far south and then loop?
No, when we walked through the stone, it must have
Oh,
teleported us here.
motherfucker. Okay. Because like I'm sitting here
Wait,
thinking,
is that what actually happened, or are you just going with what he said because it makes it good?
no. You flew 800.
Yeah, 'cause we
something
flew
miles.
way
We're
south, and
6
then
to 700
you said
miles
Neverwinter,
northeast
but I'm like,
of Neverwinter.
yeah,
And it's
I'm sitting there, I'm like,
we
that
went so far south.
doesn't make sense. But I'm like, am I thinking of Neverwinter in a different place?
No, I mean they've got today.
I thought something like that, where she said that the inside looks different than what you would expect, and I was like, did we do the old like south to go north? Like,
And Valgard, you would know with your proficiency in history that the Nether Mountains are close to Icewind Dale, like closer to Icewind Dale than you were, and closer than Neverwinter. It's north, like.
So it ain't warm anymore.
No, that's why it's a little bit cooler. I mean, it's not uncomfortable necessarily for you, but the Nether Mountains are treacherous. They're called the Nether Mountains for a reason. So,
The Nether regions.
I already made that joke.
Oh damn.
so she says, "Come," and leads you out of her chamber back into the wide one, and there's another door, another tunnel that is just there on
Is
the
she in her
opposite side.
her
She's
elf-
in her elfin form, yeah. Then she walks across, just striding very confidently to this other tunnel that was not there before. And when you enter, it is a very simple chamber. Comfortable beds. It is set up, there are windows, so it almost looks as though, like when you look out of the windows, you can see the mountain range of the small teeth where you flew to. There's light. It feels like natural light coming in, but very comfortable space to cook, space to sleep and read or sit. And she says it will not be a very interesting few days for you, but should you need us, we will be convening. I would ask that you stay here unless there are emergencies of some kind. Their scrying magic cannot pierce this mountain. So you are safe here if there are eyes upon you until we exit in the Small Teeth Mountain range again.
We'll wait here until we are instructed, until you've come to your decision.
Thank you. Looks like a comfortable place.
Are there like books and stuff, right? Is it just like a?
Yeah, sure. There are books and just
Well, otherwise I was going to ask
creature comforts
if one of the other
smaller
dragons,
races.
I can't remember the name of the dragon that had all those books and stuff, the library books.
Oh yeah,
Can we borrow some books?
Edelise. She nods to you all and steps out.
Well, 3 days. I've slept in worse.
Aye, so have I.
There's no blood, there's no mud, there's no bodies. It's not raining. It's good.
Let's eat.
There is a space to cook and everything. It's like a basic kind of just hovel type, setup. So you were able to make food and
Alright.
I'm gonna make some.
Jerky.
I don't know what's in this kitchen, but I'm gonna make some food.
I know, like,
whatever you want.
imagine if it's like dragons actually, like, they don't know what humanoids eat. So it's just sticks and some
Berries.
Yeah,
and
just
it's like
what kind of berries? I don't know, just whatever.
no, it's just, dude, it's just pellets. Like, there's like that giant hamster
Good
thing
berries.
for water. It's like, oh, what are they? Just you
Go-
gotta
go-
refill
go-
the human food, and it's like, we have to push this thing, and a big pellet falls down. We're like,
I'm gonna go into my sawdust.
right, there's a treadmill. we're just running on it, and they're like on the other side. We can't see it. It's like double-sided glass, and they're like, look how cute they are on that. They just go round and round for
Stay
hours.
so busy.
So when they're trying to sleep and you just hear wiki,
Yeah.
wiki of the fucking wheel that they never oil.
And someone goes to stop and you just hear.
So you have a couple of days. Is there anything you wanted to do? You guys can get a couple of days of training.
We'll say, is there enough room for us to kind of
There's space.
move around? We'll like move some like desks and shit.
Does anybody want to try my role-playing prompting thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
What is it? Oh, the thing?
The thing.
Oh,
the thing
the
you and I
thing.
did
I'll
yes,
give it
last week.
duration.
Do the thing!
Before we do the thing, are there any? Can I look at like the books that are in there? Like, are there any books, like history books, arcane type of books on undead, fiends, demons, history of places, any of that? Because those are my books.
Time to take these books.
Let's see. Why don't you roll a D100 for me?
I always put these way away because I'm like, we never need to roll these. So that's a D100 and a 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2D10s. A percentile and a D10.
What, 2D10?
No, go ahead.
Oh.
You got it.
Bam! 67.
All right. You find several different types of books, but you also find that you've read them all before. So you're like reading through, and you're like, oh.
Hey, believe it or not, I'm very well read.
But you do find one that you particularly liked about. About a topic you really love, and
Okay. Mountains.
there you
Here.
go, mountains.
The history of the whatever we
Nether-
are mountains.
Nether mountains.
Nether region
Yeah.
mountains.
So you brush yourself up on the history of the Nether Mountains. Let me see what I can tell you. So, and in the meantime, the Nether Mountains are a chain of dark peaks that once marked the boundary between the ancient empires of Netheril and Delzoun. Lots of people avoid the peaks and have for a long time because there were several orc tribes that laired in the region, such as the Thousand Fists and the Ripped Gut tribes. They used to fight over the Moon Pass, which is a large gorge that splits the mountains into eastern and western. And about 100 or so years ago, the orcs made an uneasy truce, which makes it really difficult for people to go through these mountains. 'cause
With each other?
With each other. So they all will kill anybody who tries to go through.
Nice.
The greatest danger, actually, within the mountains is an entire clan of blue dragons, known as the Morume, which reside in Morume's cave. On a high slope of the mountain peak aptly named Dragon Doom. And they are served by a large tribe of hobgoblins called the Red Flayers, who maintain the Doom Spire, which is a citadel carved into the rock. There's a lot going on with this. It's Moon Pass, Silvery Moon Pass. Let's see, there are different peaks. Dalagar's Dagger, the highest peak in the northeast, also known as the Dragon's Graveyard. Orc's Blood Peak, Dragon Doom. There are settlements of caves
History
and
of the Nether region mountains.
there are a bunch of other
Tell you
dangerous
about my
monster
nether region,
species.
so you're-
There are also suggestions that portals or deep spawn are responsible for a bunch of monsters that are around here. And there is a lot of gold, silver, and copper that you can mine here if you were to be so brave. Yes.
If you can get there, get it done, and haul it out through all the dragons, orcs, and hobgoblins.
Right. Alright, so what did I say? I said you roll, whoever wants to go, you roll a d20 with your charisma modifier
Are you two
for the
doing
what?
it?
for the role playing. Whoever wants to do it.
Oh,
All right,
no.
I was gonna say if you and I are training,
Okay.
I'm right. We're training.
Yeah.
All right, so fuck it. So we're doing a what?
You roll a d12. One of you can roll a d12.
D12.
I'm sorry, d20, and you add your charisma modifier.
You can
D20 plus charisma.
You can do
We
it.
both do it? Or just
No,
me?
just one.
You can-
Whoever wants to be the leader of this.
13.
I do it too. It's only for 2 people.
all of us. All of us.
You can do it. Yeah, sure.
Let's get
So
in there.
13 is revealing. so
Abaddon's
you're...
just sitting in the back like, ooh.
Wait, are we all roll
What's
just
gonna
one?
happen?
Like you roll for the theme?
So you are
Why'd
going
you
to
say that
reveal
like you were
something.
taking his
Oh,
shirt?
okay. 18.
Wait, is it just you?
You are going to bond. You can bond. Reveal, bond, and you can roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
realize
it,
I was right. I
it
thought
got
only
confusing
one.
and weird.
It's a
We're
D20,
rolling
and we
with it.
roll our
Charisma.
18 plus 2, 20.
Okay, so you also can bond. So
are
bond,
we
bond,
making out?
reveal.
Are we all making out while you watch?
Oh, okay, you're gonna do it too.
Might as well. That's my
Are you gonna get mad? Is that what it's gonna be? She gets to pick a fight with us because she doesn't get included on the makeup sesh.
What's going
We're all
on here?
with our facial hairs intertwining. She's like,
You
Hey.
also get to reveal something.
Oh, I
So-
wanted to fight. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you can get to the revelation any way you want. So,
So he has to reveal something, she has to reveal something, and he needs to bond, and I need to bond.
that's, yeah. Like however you come about it. Yeah. It's a bonding, something
I
that
think
will
we
bond
fucked
you.
this up by doing so many. That's what happened. It was supposed to be 2 people.
I
and
feel
then
like the
we're throwing-
Spider-Man meme. We're all like,
I mean, revelations can lead to bonding, and it's all up to you.
well, if
Stepping
they
back.
start doing their training thing, I
Yeah.
will put down my book and be like, oh, mind if I join in?
It's fine by me.
Sure.
So,
Make a performance check.
Performance.
Oh,
Yes.
fall on your face.
Oh, it's charisma. That's my -1
Yep.
dump stat. 3.
Trip on the rug and fall.
it gets,
Oh,
one
so
gets
you-
stuck.
You take your sword, you go, and then your pants just go fall down to your knees, like.
Bow.
Ah.
You've got a little something hanging out there.
Well, I mean, we're in the mountains. It's pretty cold.
I was in the pool.
Wait, so you got reveal?
I had a reveal now. Although it's not the first time on this trip.
Ours gonna pull one of his
Make it
many
all
small. Ours gonna pull one of his many small daggers. And so this might be a little better for you. Instead of that big sword, there, he's just got this tiny little knife.
Holding it like the noisy cricket in Men in Black. It's like, oh, that's cute. I've used some of these to kill some things before. Very nice.
It's yours now.
Oh, I appreciate it, friend. That's not. You're a good man, Trogdor.
Pick up your
pull
pants.
these up
I was
here.
gonna say. My real name's Arik Firesong, as you heard.
Oh yeah, and I read it because they told me who I was going to go with.
I assumed so.
But I respect your boundaries.
Thank you.
Oh, so are we? The pants are up. Are we ready?
Yes, we can train now.
Okay, very good, very good. You're gonna
I
train,
want to make
lad.
sticks so we can be like.
You're gonna train Abaddon with us.
Sure, I'll jump in.
Would you like a weapon?
Ooh, what's the biggest one you've got?
Well, I got this little tiny one now. I have a couple of daggers. I mean, what's your favorite?
I can pull out a longsword, a second longsword for you.
Does anybody?
You're holding this tiny knife, and I'm like, yeah, I want to play with this instead. It's this heavy longsword.
That's how you use it.
Zan,
all about placement.
Zan will reach into his bag and grab his Eladrin short sword.
Is it pretty?
It is, yes, it's different than a normal short sword. It's a little bit longer than and a thinner blade with a slight curve like Zan's longsword.
Ooh.
Use your dex for attack rolls.
Thanks, Dan.
Alright.
She's got it, and she'll just like kind of dance with it. Like she's just gonna kind of swing it around. And
You're like, whoa!
See, Arik is actually going to show her how to thrust with it. Like, actually, like, from here. From the shoulder. Turn it over as you do it.
Can I
Make an attack roll. Not on me. But, I don't know, a pillow or something.
Make a dex roll.
I
Add
don't
your
do
dex.
anything melee ever.
But it's also at disadvantage because you're not
Oh,
proficient.
shit, yeah, you don't
Can't
even
get
have,
it.
like, a roll for that, do you?
Nope.
What is it? I just do a dex.
Just straight dex with disadvantage, yeah.
Nice! Holy shit!
It's 217.
No,
Not
nice.
fucking bad! You're a natural, Abaddon!
She cuts the pillows wide open.
I was gonna say she cuts Arik's pants off.
Dude, that's my reveal. That's my reveal.
Cutting the pants, or that you're proficient with weapons and we didn't know about it this whole time.
Slicing the belt. It's reveal.
Did she really cut my pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can. With
Yeah,
that
you
roll.
can with that roll for sure.
Arik is just kicking his fucking. Alright. He's just kicking his pants off, and now he's just in boots and under shorts, underpants.
Cut your belt, not your pants off.
I know, my pants fell, and he just kind of kicked them off.
Arik's got like 20 pounds of gear. Like,
I know, it's just wrong no matter what.
like every time he walks, it's just clang.
Could she try for Zan now, actually?
Yeah, go ahead, disadvantage.
Oh, that's way worse.
How do you roll two 17s for me and then a 1 and a 4 for him?
Can
Yeah.
Zan, because she rolled a 1, can Zan disarm her?
Yep.
Still lunges.
I was gonna say, technically,
He's
would
like,
that have
"You
actually
done."
have hit me?
Your pants, yeah.
My pants, alright. For the
Because
fun.
you're-
Oh, your
For the
AC is
fun
My
of it.
AC's 20, but for the fun.
Oh,
For
Did
the
you add anything to it?
It would have been 19, I think. Dex, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna let it go for the fun.
That's right.
Because Arik is pantless around,
Because it was a
around
double
this one.
17. There we go. That's the
That's
reason.
right. It's a double 17.
Arik is now pantless around Abaddon, so he's like, it's not so bad.
You've got some skill. Why don't you hang on to it in case you need to defend yourself?
Oh. She's gonna hug Zan.
Oh.
I love it.
You're very welcome. It was given to me by the Queen of the Sealy Court in the Feywild.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's mighty impressive.
Does she have anything to give back? Let me see.
We all
She doesn't
thought
have
it.
anything fun.
What?
So we all thought it. Wait, why? You know. Does Abaddon have anything to give back? She's like, I don't know.
So we're gonna be here for 3 days.
In those 3 days, there's gonna be a fucking bond reveal and a conflict.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yes, I was her prisoner for a little while before we got on each other's good side.
She must have really liked you.
Apparently she knew my father.
Father. How?
From her court in the Feywild. That's why when I touched the orb, I disappeared. I was apparently born there.
That's interesting.
That was a good reveal.
My father is a ladron, like the woman in the tavern that gave me my tattoo.
Is she related to you?
No.
You all know each other.
Arik literally doesn't know. When it comes to the Fae and the Feywild and all that shit, he's just like, he does not know.
That's your sister?
You all connected?
Eladrin are like the wood elves or the high elves. They're just another type of elf. They stayed in the Feywild long ago when this plane split into the Feywild and the Shadowfell. So they chose to stay with the Fey. So that's where my hair changes with the season. I should have known we were in the winter as my hair is blue.
Good indicator of weather.
Yes, changes with the season after I spent time in the Feywild. It awakened my Eladrin side.
Oh.
When I think of it, in my homeland, we just have the weather rock.
The rock that you...
When it's wet, it's raining. When it's dry, it's warm and sunny. Yeah, the weather rock.
And
That is pretty
if
efficient.
the rock is rolling, run.
Abaddon is going to get a gem out of her bag to give to Zan. And it's an elemental gem. But I can't get out. I have the card too. Here's this card.
Didn't need to do that, Abaddon. Thank you.
Well, thank you for this gift. It's so special to me.
Hopefully it'll keep you safe.
Make a performance check.
I say, Arik's gonna jump out of the way of that one. That one seemed a little wild. And
Disadvantage?
he's not wearing pants this time.
Mm-hmm.
8.
I was waiting for the teen. Nope, just 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like is what you did.
It goes wild. Uh-oh.
She's going to keep playing with it, though.
Remember, Abaddon, thrusts, short thrusts.
Normally with the Eladrin, they...
Oh, it's like a katana style.
Yes, it's a curved blade. Works best
I forgot
when
about that.
slashing.
I forgot it's not a straight
Iron is not very common inside the Feywild, so the Eladrin needed to find a way to extend the life of the iron to make steel. So they make the blades thinner but curved, so that the blows can glance off as opposed to stop them like your longsword.
I curved blades are the way to go. Taking out a scimitar without cutting his belt off again. It just presents it, and it's not, it's about the length of a short sword, but again, curved blade, but it's fatter, like, face of the blade, but thin edge, and it's got, like, aged brass, word on the
Pommel?
not the pommel, but the handguard. Is that a
Your-
handguard?
hilt, hand
So like
guard, yeah.
the pommel is actually wrapped in a blue leather cloth, and then the handguard, and then the little bottom part
That's
that
the pommel.
you bonk.
The
You
bonk.
bonk.
Yeah,
The
cat,
bonker.
the
The bonker
It's a sword bonker.
is brass, and the blade is kept in very good condition, but the pommel and everything, you can tell it's actually a very old sword.
Arik is going to look at that approvingly. that you take well care of your swords.
Oh, they're, life or death, but these are also, these are a gift from my master. So, that's all I have left.
Tell a lot about a person by the condition of they keep their weapons in. It's good. Waiting on someone to reveal something.
I know. I get the right thing.
I'm a bonder, not a revealer.
Yes, Abaddon has to reveal.
I know. It sucks.
I just revealed something and I wasn't supposed to.
You're bonding. Sometimes you have to be vulnerable in order to bond,
Yeah,
especially
true.
with this big guy over here.
I almost showed everyone my piece, just like this kid. I mean, we bonded like.
You guys bonded bare ass, so I mean,
What the fuck?
you guys
You
can't
beat
get
that.
much closer.
We could have hugged it out, but
Hey.
bring it in, bring it in. Just
I know, right, with the
waddle.
pants around.
Duck waddle over to each other.
And it's from across the room, so it's gonna be the most slow,
Thanks for
awkward.
the dagger. That's a nice sword. Ah, come on.
I was gonna say, and then you hear swords clang together, and I'll just leave it at that.
Turkish leg wrestle. You know?
Like, ding ding. Ah.
It's just metal cups for fighters, right?
Yes. So we have 3 days in here.
Yeah, it's comfortable. There's reading material. Ample room for training.
I just hope it doesn't go longer than that.
Aye.
You don't have to.
It's tough
You don't
time.
have to.
I want to. I just can't think of any.
You can reveal what your favorite color is. It doesn't have to be a bond, Rob. Just be like, I like turtles.
Just yell it out. Dinner time.
So where is everyone from?
Well, I'm
I was trying to give it an easy one. Because I'm new. I don't know where the fuck you're from.
She's just gonna keep slicing away with the fucking sword. She's gonna reveal her skills.
Do you, Abaddon? Do you ever,
Damn it.
ever since you've met your family, your true family? Dex.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever go back and revisit your father in Baldur's Gate?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely go back. We get along really, really well.
just here.
He's very nice. You love him. You should come back with us.
Okay. Haven't we met him?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
He works at the place. It's called Night Dog. It's the best bar.
I think it was in the flashback that we heard
I've
about the
never
tight
met him.
pants.
He's looking down at his bare legs. His pants. They're tight pants. Guys, he's gods. Just crazy shit.
But my grandfather, he's the weirdo. Apparently, he didn't like tieflings. Did you guys know that? Did they know that?
I didn't know nothing about any of this.
Jeez.
It's all news to me.
Yeah. He made my family give me up.
Unfortunately, that's pretty common when it comes to tieflings. That's why there are so many in the order.
Abaddon, I totally forgot to tell you.
What?
Look at these. And he's gonna, I don't think I told you that. He's gonna go into his pack and he's gonna rustle around and he's gonna pull out those two paintings, one of the two paintings, no, two of the many paintings that he found in the thing, but I don't think we have time to. And they have the little signature of Bond
Oh,
on
Bond.
the corner. There's two of them.
Where did you find these?
I found these one. Not near the. He's gonna pull the paintings away real fast. Chow, chow.
Who gave her a sword?
This is such a bad idea. We're gonna be talking to the gold dragon, and she's gonna be like,
We're all gonna have cuts all over our faces. Because nobody wants to, be rude and block her strikes.
Do you have prestidigitation? Because I could just picture her making the end of the sword like a giant sparkler.
Thaumaturgy movie. I could do something.
like a French tickler. She's shove it in your face.
You make it.
Those are great paintings.
Yeah,
My family's just amazing.
it's quite incredible. I found them when we were in the old White Death's lair.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I found them. I
And
thought
you took them in your pack.
I did. I grabbed them so they wouldn't, be lost forever in that horrible place. Is it okay if I keep them?
Yeah.
Or should I return them to you?
No. They can make so many paintings. They're so talented.
Do you think they're valuable?
Yes. Absolutely. That's how we got so rich.
We come from a rich family.
Yeah. You should see their house. We went and visited, and we had to tell them a couple of fibs. But overall, it went really well. You'll have to come back next time.
Oh, well, it'll be my pleasure.
They'll
I
put
love-
all of us up.
I love families. They're so interesting.
We can go stay there for as long as we want.
Abaddon, you said your grandfather didn't approve of you.
No.
Is that why you're giving up to your family in Baldur's Gate?
It's true. He insisted. He wanted to kill me.
Really?
Quite impolite.
Yeah. He has bad luck with tieflings, I guess. But he never really knew me.
What do you mean he has bad luck with tieflings?
Well, not a whole lot of people like us. And the only ones that I've met have been very sweet. Oh, remember.
So your family's riches,
Oh, yeah.
your family's riches came later in life. Is that correct? Your family. Is it possible that maybe your grandfather might have made some sort of deal, and having you around would expose that?
Oh, no.
Or she was the
Does
payment
the
for the
same
deal.
believe-
Yeah, do we believe this?
Believe that?
That was just based on the way she said that.
Make a persuasion or
Deception.
depending on what you're doing.
What do I roll? Insight?
Well, I'm gonna see what she rolls first and see whether you even have to.
17.
Okay.
Because I'm listening
yeah,
to this
roll
too.
go ahead, roll insight. Because like you're actively, but I figured if it was low.
Oh, it's only a 9.
Aha!
Mine's an 8.
18.
Okay. Yeah. She's just like, no! You're like, Abaddon, and you're a little bit distracted by the sword.
Sword.
Flying.
The Valgard being not knowing you all or being distracted from.
He's not blinded by the cuteness.
Yeah. You don't believe that when she says, "Oh no," it does not look sincere.
It's because this eye is dead does not mean that I cannot see.
She's probably going to wear herself out anyway, so after.
Oh, she's all tuckered out.
Sucking her in the
Curls
head.
into a ball.
I don't
Oh,
know,
baby
now.
Yoda, like Grogu.
Yes.
Like, just gets exhausted.
Yes. She goes over and grabs the big food pellet and goes to sleep on the face.
She can only last for so long.
Well, so the days pass as you all get to know each other.
I like
a
she's
little
like,
bit.
and I'm ending this. This did not go how the DM envisioned.
Eric's gonna make a nice big pot of tea.
Awesome.
That sounds good.
Tea that you know the origin of, and it seems safe.
Yeah,
Safe
as long,
tea.
I want it like marked in like some kind of a box that at least has a picture.
Safe tea.
Maybe of a flower or something. Safe tea.
And on like about midday on the second day, third day, Elia has you come out. She tells you we have reached an agreement. I will accompany us. You back to the council. Thank you for your time. As part of your payment for being so truthful, we would like to present you with items that we hope will help you on your journey. And she gives you 3 arrows of dragon slaying and an armor of lightning resistance. Like a
It's a heavy armor.
studded leather.
I can wear that.
Off the top of my head. Studded leather of lightning resistance. And the other dragons don't come to speak with you. It's just her. So she says, are you ready? I am going back to the council, but I can bring you wherever you would like to be. It is unlikely that they will all be there, as they have typically scattered and come back, but I can begin calling them back for another session to discuss what we have determined.
I suppose you should probably go back there either way.
I should at least speak to Remy about what you would like in return. At least that way she can prepare others to help rally our cause.
I have received the concessions from the others that you agreed to. I can pass that along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go. And she leads you down the tunnel out to the end, and the tunnel that you came into, it leads to nothing. There's a dead end there at the wall, and she does the same where she puts her hands up against it, looks to you all quickly, and then steps through. And you find yourselves out exactly where you came in, on the small teeth mountains, and it is about, by the time you get going, it's probably about midday. And with that, she takes flight. You all
Tie ourselves back up the same way.
tie up, and she takes off into the sky. Immediately, as when she gets into her form and you begin to take off, she casts invisibility again, so you can all head out. And
Are your eyes open this time?
No.
Erica's gonna see it like, Abaddon, look, you should look. It's really cool. Just hold on tight.
you wouldn't know if her eyes were closed. You can't see her.
Oh.
Oh.
I can feel her grip me
Creepy
tighter.
bit.
Yes. Tail's holding on real tight.
And as you go northward, that is where we will stop and pick up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, week
'Cause
after
next week is
next.
Mother's Day and Cuba's birthday.
So we are officially not playing next week?
I mean,
For me.
you're
For
like,
me.
we're,
All right. Well, hold on,
you and
because
me.
I was gonna say because I might be able to. I brought it up. We'll talk after. I might be able to be more flexible on that.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Wait. Are you telling me there's a chance?
don't get him excited.
Like, seriously, because you will heartbreak me if later on in the
I
week.
kind of already told my babysitter not. Like, we don't have babysitting anymore.
Yeah.
So.
You done fucked up.
No, it's fine. We can still have people over. We'll just do the.
Yeah, I'm just
patio's
gonna be
open.
here. We won't record. We won't play. I'll just be here to annoy you. How's that, Cuba? I'm gonna bring a plastic
On your
sword,
birthday.
and I'm just
I
gonna
have
do this
two
the whole
small
time.
children. There's
See,
nothing
that's
you
fine.
can do to annoy me.
All right.
I'll find a way.
I think we are gonna raid Ink and Liar. Thank you all for hanging out. For those patrons who are with us, we're gonna pivot over to the Discord. We can let our babysitter know that they can leave. But we are going to raid Ink and Liar. Thank you for hanging out. We will see you tomorrow for the Midnight World. If you are not aware, we have the actual creator of the Midnight World is going to run the session tomorrow and maybe several after that. So come hang out. If you want to play, come to the Discord and just, let me know. I'll make you a wandering adventurer and you get the notifications when we're looking for players. And then Tuesday we continue with Wicked Independent Prestige Incorporated, and then check out our Discord for the weekly schedule that's coming out. So thank you so much. We will see you. We are
Bye,
rating Ink
everybody.
and Liar, and
Boy.
yeah, we will see you in a few minutes if you're a patron. Bye.
See you, cat.